LL's seizure and suspension action in drug saga calls for greater transparency and inclusion in ongoing investigative processes and any new discoveries. Monrovia, Wednesday, August 5, 2026. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, thank you for showing up once again. Your presence reflects a partnership that matters, a press that investigates and reports, and a civil society that documents, together holding public power to the standards citizens are entitled to expect. We have called you to address scores of pressing developments of the past weeks. On the papers, they are unrelated. Narcotics investigation and international transparency rating in the corruption trial. In substance, these developments, among other issues, will define the future of governance in Liberia. Liberia is never out of announcements. Public officials are dismissed. A notable school awarded the Liberia Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative. What determines whether any of these amounts to accountability and reflects good governance is what follows: whether investigations are transparently completed and disclosed for public record, and whether reforms are institutionalized rather than credited to individuals. Narcotics investigation that reflects decisive action but insufficient disclosure. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we followed sometimes last week as President Joseph Jomo Boakai ordered the suspension, dismissal, and prosecution of 12 government and law enforcement officials, including Deputy Director for Operations at the Ravos International Airport, the Police Commissioner for Criminal Investigation, Intelligence, and Interpol, and the Deputy Director for Administration of the National Security Agency after a high-profile investigation into a major narcotics trafficking scheme. The decision came on the heels of Joint Security Forces operations that led to two separate drug busts. The June 2026 238 kilograms of drugs valued at USD 19 million, and the July 2026 4 metric tons of drugs valued at 317 million USD, a combined estimated market value of more than 336 million USD, making it the largest recorded narcotic seizure in our country's history. The decision also affected government employees and law enforcement officers indicted or linked in connection with the two seizures, amongst them the Airport Director of Security and the Deputy Commander of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency at the airport. Additional persons from the National Security Agency and the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection were referred to the Ministry of Justice. These developments followed earlier actions, including naming of airport security staff, cargo handlers, and others by the Joint Security Team as persons of interest, the suspension of cargo handling operations of GLS, Menzies, and Express by the legislature, and an assurance by President Joseph Jomo Boakai in his address to the nation to expose and destroy the drug trafficking network. CENTAR applauds members of the Joint Security for pursuing the investigation and the President for acting rather than shelving the findings from these investigations. We also acknowledge the Liberian press, citizens, civil society, and other stakeholders whose sustained pressure compelled disclosure of the names of persons of interest. That sequence, media and citizens' pressure producing disclosure and disclosure producing actions, is a civic accountability working as it should. While we acknowledge this, we must be direct about what these seizures revealed. Narcotics of such quantity do not transit a country whose border, seaports, and airports are functioning without compromises and collusive networks that make them possible. The dismissal of an airport director of security, a deputy commander of the drug enforcement agency stationed at the airport, and a police commissioner responsible for criminal investigation and Interpol liaison, and a deputy director of the National Intelligence Service is not a personnel matter. It is evidence that the integrity architecture at our principal posts of entry were compromised at multiple points simultaneously. This is a governance failure before it is a criminal one, and it will not be killed by merely removing individuals. We are deeply troubled by these developments, which give citizens all reasons to have limited confidence in state institutions responsible to tackle illicit drugs and other related crimes. Delayed and inadequate update to the public, coupled with growing suspicion about the involvement of other unnamed major state and non-state actors, present a bigger challenge that we must confront head-on. Government's current efforts are welcoming. However, they are inadequate. We call for timely and adequate disclosure of information about the investigation and other related processes to give citizens greater hope and confidence that the system is working for them. Also, we call for competitive vetting of persons appointed to strategic positions in the security sector to ensure that unscrupulous individuals have no place to lead critical national institutions and processes. A culture of rotation of officers is also key to ensure that familiarity and other factors do not interfere with the professionalism required of persons heading strategic institutions. Additionally, we call for an inclusive investigative process that includes international partners, civil society, and other national actors to give more independence to the ongoing efforts to credibly, objectively, and sincerely investigate and deal with the current and will-be discoveries in the country. Finally, we mandate that there should be no sacred cows in dealing with the current saga, and that all those associated with the crime should be prosecuted to fully account for their actions. Healing Liberia's ERTR progress. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, in its 2026 validation report, Liberia acquired an 80% score in implementation of the 2023 Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative Standard, a landmark achievement credited to strong progress in aligning ERTR implementation with national development priorities, strengthened public debates, and improved access to extractive sector data, all credited to a variety of innovative approaches deployed by the Liberia's Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative. CENTAR congratulates the leadership and staff of LETI, Secretariat, and the multi-stakeholder group. This is a measurable improvement in a sector that generates a substantial share of national revenue and that has historically been amongst the least transparent. It demonstrates that sustained institutional effort produces results, and it stands as evidence against the view that reform in Liberia is impossible. We are equally clear about what the validation report identified as unfinished: a fund inconsistencies in some production and revenue data, a fund that beneficial ownership disclosure has not been fully institutionalized. It recommended stronger data assurance systems and expanded machine-readable disclosure, and it called for greater openness on the environmental and social impacts of mining, including environmental monitoring, social and environmental expenditure, and the effects of artisanal and small-scale operations. A score is not a reform. It is a measurement of progress at a moment in time. The value of that moment depends entirely on whether the corrective actions identified are implemented before the next battle. It is evidence that the integrity architecture at our principal posts of entry were compromised at multiple points simultaneously. This is a governance failure before it is a criminal one, and
I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me Mr. Journalist, I wonder how you make your headlines in the press release today. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now, and I just wanna ask you some questions. Oh, is it based on money? Is it based on presidency? Is it based on technology? Is it based on war? Tell me, we got major headlines. Oh, we got major story. Yeah. There is no job, no money for hustlers. We got major headlines. We got major story. Hey, there is no job, no money for hustlers. Come take our coverage, the rainy season coming soon. In the ghetto, all the houses are full of leakage, nowhere to sleep. Come and see the widow, living in the street with her children. Since the daddy went to war to fight, he never lived to see them. The children have no shelter, oh, children have no education. The children have no one to call their friend, the children have no food to eat. We got major headlines. Oh, we got major stories. Hey, yo. There is no job, no money for hustlers. We got major headlines. Major headlines. We got major stories. Major stories. There is no job, no money for hustlers. How many people do you love, man? How many people do you cherish? How many people do you help out there? Most especially poor men. No job, no money, no gods, no glory, no help for poor men. That's what we know. How many people do you love? How many people do you cherish? How many people do you help out there? Most especially poor men. No job, no money, no gods, no glory, no help for poor men. That's what we know. We got major headlines. We got major stories. There is no job, no money for hustlers. We got major headlines. We got major stories. There is no job, no money for hustlers. You don't know stories? You've been writing stories for rock of ages. Keep writing stories about people who not too concerned. We got a lot of people. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now, and I just wanna ask you some questions. Oh, is it based on money? Is it based on presidency?
A beautiful time here this evening from Kigali, Rwanda.
Is it based on
And here I sit here this time.
technology? Is it based on war?
13 minutes past 8 o'clock in Liberia. Making it 13 minutes past 10 o'clock in Kigali, Rwanda. Hey, what's up to you and welcome to the show. You have receiving Big Brother Low Sharks Alexander Tente Jr. Mohammed Tari is watching us here this evening from Vanjaman City in Lofa County. And Mohammed, welcome to the show to us. Well. We've got major headlines for all of you tonight listening. So the top discussion here today is the Nima County administration distributing 10,000. Let me remove music from this thing and try to bring you details of what have been happening across Liberia. Right now, Senator Nyan Twain, the office of Senator Nyan Twain, released a statement clarification, false information regarding Senator Nyan Twain. Okay, great. So today a new surface which we have in our possession that members of the NIMA Legislative Caucus, meaning the senators and the representatives, received $10,000. I spoke with one of the representatives. I will call the person name here tonight on the show. I spoke with him. He gave me detail of how they received that money and why they received the money. But other sources have also told us that this is not the first time for such an amount to be distributed among the caucus members. According to information that I have here this evening from our sources, they said this money, similar money, was received again last year, 2025, and this year again they've received another sum of money. But we will dive into the conversation here tonight to bring you more details of the information, what is unfolding, why is the county administration giving $10,000 to each lawmakers from NIMA, what is the purpose of that money, what does the law say to when it comes to the distribution of funds across Liberia now, since the enactment of the Local Governance Act of 2018, and since it started to take full effects in 2024. What does the law say about that too as well? So all of these things, we will be discussing them here tonight on the show, void of, politics. I would say that void of politics because we want to speak as a nationalist. We want to speak as a patriotic citizen of Liberia instead of us speaking as political surrogates or political supporters or political party supporters. We want to speak as a nationalist, as a patriotic citizen. Now, there are specific provisions in the law. The reason why the Local Government Act of 2018 was enacted, there were a few cardinal reasons. And those people who enacted those, who wrote those laws, we've invited a few of them here. And some of them were on their show. They told us why they enacted that, why they wrote those laws, and why the law was enacted. Because of similar reason. Lawmakers going and taking money that belongs to the county, undertaking specific projects. But here is the big news, though. Those lawmakers who received the money, many of them are using the money as, personal donation. For example, Aloysius, you're listening to me. Let me use you as an example. Aloysius is a representative. He received $10,000 from the county administration. Instead of Aloysius going to the district to say, I have received this money, Aloysius go to the district team, because I'm told that they give the money to them to support their various district teams in the inter-electoral district league that is ongoing currently in NIMA. So they will go and do donation in their name instead of saying this is part of your district social development fund or your district engagement funds. They wouldn't say that. They will say, okay, Junior Payne donated $30,000. That's the amount that was donated by district number 2 representative. We have those of them that have donated. I think I had their names here, and they will have to do some clarification whether those money that were donated is part of the $10,000 that was given to them by the county administration, or the money that was donated is their personal initiative that was given to the district. If so, I appreciate it. I applaud that. Then we ask the follow-up question. Where are they getting the money from? They are public servant. They owe us explanation to everything they do. So we're going to be here tonight on the show. We'll dive into this issue vividly and bring you in-depth analysis about many of them that have been happening in your absence. And of course, my name is Junior Payne, and I am your regular host and presenter of the Heat Tower program here on BKS TV, your premium talk show, airing from NIMA, from the length and breadth of NIMA to Bon, Montserrado, Lofa, Evangelman City, and the rest of the cities and counties within Liberia. Let's try to bring you some updates across Liberia. Let's go to the national issue. President Boakai received letter of credence from 4 envoys today. We'll also bring you more details of that. I'm told those envoys are from Africa, from the ECOWAS region. At-large murder suspect Tibor. Recently, we were told that a guy or a boy named Tibor allegedly killed his girlfriend. He has been extradited to Liberia from Sierra Leone. He will be facing charges too as well. The leadership begins. The Solicitor General of Liberia, Councillor Augustine C. Fayard, has alleged Liberian prosecutor. The Solicitor General of Liberia, Augustine C. Fayard, has challenged Liberian's prosecutor to embrace leadership rooted in integrity, accountability, and service rather than relying on official titles, emphasizing that the future of Liberia justice system depends on the character and professionalism of those entrusted with enforcing the law. We bring you more details of this story here tonight as the show unfolds. NPP Chairman Anthony George Moba is calling for tougher action against government officials allegedly linked to recent drug trafficking cases, while welcoming President Boakai dismissal and suspension of some security officer. He is urging authorities to prosecute those responsible and investigate how state resources were allegedly used in illicit drug trade. Still in Liberia, the Chief Executive Officer of Rigorous Inno Solution for Excellence, Ambassador Stephen Andre Kpokto, has pledged educational and skills development support for members of the Girls Guide Association of Liberia. Still around the major happenings here today, the Environmental Justice Foundation has launched a 2-day training program aimed at strengthening fisheries reporting among 12 Liberian journalists drew from print, radio, and television media across the country. We'll bring you more details of this story here tonight as the show unfolds. Today we saw heavily armed officer of the Liberian National Police deployed to private bar in Pingsville a day after the establishment chief executive officer Leroy Henrys was arrested and charged with alleged drug importation and drug trafficking and money laundering in connection with the ongoing 317 million cocaine investigation. The CEO is in the back. We're going to bring him on very shortly. Let's go to Nimba County and let's bring you some of the major happenings from Nimba today too as well. Let's go to Nimba. Let's bring you. In the world of sports too as well, the ongoing electoral district league in Nimba County, Tia Dennis wins Man of the Match award against electoral district 8-2 as well. Let's try to bring you some major stories here too. Okay, to this one. Month after Senator Samuel Kuga called for an audit of the Nimba County administration, Superintendent Kawumi Appiah rejected the request, stating on Facebook that he will never be susupa for Nimba money at county sitting. I will bring you more details of this story. Like I told you earlier, this might be our talking point here tonight, and it is our talking point too as well. But in tonight's edition of the show, we'll be hosting Mr. Charles Wonkeyo. Charles served as former representative candidate of Electoral District 2 in Nimba. He came second during the 2023 election. And of course, we will be hosting him here tonight as we discuss major issues across the country. The political advisor to Honor Musa Hassan Belete is officially appealing to the lawmaker and the political leader of the Citizen Movement for Change to return the $10,000 received from the superintendent for football in Nimba County. We'll bring you more details of this story here to this evening. Well, on the 10,000 issue, still on it here. Nimba County According to Representative Musa Hassan Belete today, he wrote on his Facebook page, the Nima County Legislative Caucus and County Administration agreed that part of the county's 2026 legislative engagement budget will support the district teams. My office received $10,000 from the superintendent office. As I'm currently out of the country, I've instructed my team to use up to $5,000 to support our district team in the ongoing district tournament. Upon my return, we'll consult community leaders on the use of the remaining $5,000. But I spoke with Belete today. I will bring you more details here as the show unfolds. The things he told me to as well. President Josiah Yuman Boaka has directed the administration of the University of Liberia to immediately accelerate the renovation of and modernization of its campuses, expressing serious concern over the slow pace of implementation despite sufficient government investment. We'll go for this break, and when we come back, we continue the show here this evening. Veteran Aaron Weir is watching us. Vic's evening too as well from Johnsonville community. Benny's Zakapugi. Man, your last name is terrible. Sorry to say. Benny is watching us from Congo Town, Monrovia. We'll go for this break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
I can't stand no more, 'cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, 'cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me, Mr. Journalist. I wonder why you make your headlines in the press release today. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now. And I just wanna ask you some questions. Oh, is it based on money? Is it based on presidency? Is it based on technology? Is it based on war? Tell me, we got make your headline. Oh, we got make your story. There is no job, no job, no money for hustlers. We got make your headline. We got make your story. There is no job, no job, no money for hustlers. And take a coverage, the rainy season coming soon. In the ghetto, all the houses are full of the kids nowhere to sleep. Come and see the widow, living in the street with her children. Since the daddy went to war to fight, he never lived to see them. The children have no shelter, oh, the children have no education. The children have no one to call their friend. The children have no food to eat. We got bigger than oh, we got bigger hey, oh. There is no job, no job, no money for hustlers. We got bigger than bigger than we got bigger story. There is no job, no money for hustlers. How many people do you love? How many people do you cherish? How many people do you help out there? Most especially women.
Well,
we got a little bit of echo from your back there. Yeah, we're getting echo from you. Whatever the case is, try to work it out, try to fix it, so we can get our guests on here tonight. We have my own brother Charles is going to be our guest. I'll bring him on, so we can. Charles, man, you keen? You got a host, the host, internet, everything messed up from the movement you came with, the spirit, everything you came with, attended, man, whole stuff up. How you doing, my brother? You're muted. Let's see. Let me mute you. You can hear me? See if you can mute yourself. All right, host, you can hear me? Jane, you hear me?
I think I'm hearing you very well now, but,
Okay, but
I'm not seeing Charles. I
did you
don't know
mute
whether it's from my
Charles?
end.
There you go. Charlie, what's up? I think he's frozen or something.
I'm okay. You getting me?
Yes, I can hear you now. How you doing, my chief?
Okay, bro. That's
Yeah, long time.
So,
It's been a long time. Junior, you can hear him?
see you. I think the echo is from your end.
It's from my end. Okay, let me see if I can.
Yes. Well, great. Charles, good evening. Welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, Chief? Oh my God. Well, let me welcome all of you to the show here this evening. Mekapo Duo Junior is watching us from Wienientuo in Boyal District to us well in Nimba County. Mekapo, welcome to the show here this evening. It's great to have you. Let me see. Let me see. I didn't see you is here.
Let's see. You can. Still getting echo.
No, I think you are okay for now.
All right, yeah. So
Yeah, you are okay. So the 10,000 issue is still trending. Senator Yan Twanye office just released a statement. The subject of that statement, it says clarification on US 10,000 false information regarding Senator Yan Twanye Jr. So the officer released a statement. And that, you see, this is where we find it difficult to believe when people talk about issue in the county. People will sit here on this platform and say there is nothing like Godfather. Other people will say there is nothing like senior senator, there is nothing like junior senator. The law didn't call for that. But Senator Yan Twine official Facebook page, his office Facebook page, writing with Office of Senator Yan D. Twine Jr., Senior Senator.
but that one we can't talk about. We can't talk about the 10,000. That lead out.
So, according to him, let me read this quick before Charles come on. He say, all right, Charles, welcome.
Thank you.
Charlie.
Thank you.
Yeah, so see you. I think we got to mute when you're talking. Then, we'll try to hear him. How you doing, Chief?
I'm okay. Are you getting me?
Yeah, now we are hearing you. How is the university and how are things going? Let's start first with the university.
Okay, please. I want us. What is it I would because I want to make a disclaimer.
So we're going. I'm told that recently university have some kind of collaboration with a university from Ivory Coast, from Ma. So I want you to enlighten us here tonight. What's going on? How far is it? Just give us a brief overview. I'll not carry you to a university politics now.
Yeah, Gio, if you want us to discuss the university, then we'll discuss it. If you want to discuss anything outside of university, then you say, because I want to make a disclaimer, okay?
So, okay, we will discuss politics. We just want you to... I just want you to touch on that. I just want you to touch on that, and because it's in the public, you had a press conference about it, so just give us a little drop down about it. We will not go to the university issue. We'll stay with our politics. But if you don't feel secure talking about it, it's okay. We can go to the other issue.
No. What I wanted to say is that the issue of the university, I'm open to that. But if you want us to squarely discuss politics, then I will make a disclaimer that I'm speaking in my capacity as a son of District 2, not in my capacity as Vice President for Institutional Advancement for Nima University. That will be clear. Then we discuss.
Please make that disclaimer.
So what is it that we're discussing?
Politics.
Okay, so clear that I'm speaking in my capacity as Charles Funkaya, a son of District 2, a former candidate for 2023 representative seat of Nima County Electoral District 2. Thank you.
Great. Saying you don't want to talk about the university thing, let's go to the district. Are you planning on recontesting? Let's start from there.
With God, with good health, the vision stay alive.
But it's, you plan to contest with good health.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Once we get good health, we get life, the vision is still alive. It's not something to second guess.
The election over, and it's almost 3 years now. Your followers have been waiting to hear from you as to how this current representative is proceeding within the district. What's your take when it comes to, the district representation at the national level, the three cardinal responsibility of a lawmaker, his impact within the district over the years that he has served as representative for? What's your take?
Yes, uh, it's difficult to represent our people in this dispensation as per their understanding. Like you rightly place it, the three cardinal responsibility. But do our people understand the three cardinal responsibility? So it's $1 million question. But as per my understanding, acting a lawmaker should be able to ably represent his people at the legislature. That is by making law, making representation, and having an oversight. He said that the lawmaking or the oversight or the representation when regarding issue of budget increment for GW Halley Hospital, for example, in District 2, had the budget been changed from the previous administration? Had there been subsidy going to Senegal Central High School in the district? Had there been allotment for Simeris Clinic, the only private clinic in District 2? And I said, no, it's still the same. So based on that, I would think it was not, there was no need for the change. If that was the reason for which I would tell you, say, no, the honorable mayor had not done enough in that direction. And then when it comes to law, yes, but like I said, to represent our people in this dispensation is difficult because what most of our electorate understand is for a lawmaker to come and give them what they can uh, packaging to sit with them, maybe to go in the community and stuff like that. So if a lawmaker, for example, was to be at the national legislature, wherein I was just talking about, for example, GW Halley Hospital, make sure that GW Halley Hospital has sufficient funds, and when people go there, medication be there. But our people will not understand it is the working of the lawmaker in that direction. So as the end result, somehow it made some of our lawmakers to advocate what they can get as a individual or lawmaker to go and give packaging or chicken change in the district. So many people will look at it, many of the electorate will look at it maybe as a person doing well and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So I look at it from a different view.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, I was gonna say. So thanks again. Welcome to the show, my brother. If you take a look around, you made a really great point there where you say our people, you know, most of them don't understand the cardinal responsibility of lawmaker, right? So as the result of that, you see, as you said, most of our lawmakers go into the district and doing things. It's vivid. If you look at the 9 lawmakers who have the representatives, you will see that most of them go to the district to do stuff. Take for example, our lawmaker from District 5. He has been doing stuff over there, going there, doing things as we can see it. And then other lawmakers do the same thing. But to the contrary, a lawmaker from District 2, correct me if I'm wrong. I have not seen anything like that on social media. I don't know him. I'm not from District 2, so I really can't speak. But I haven't seen him from that endpoint. The only time I have seen him, for the most part, is intellectualizing the discourse, maybe writing a lot on social media, debunking certain things and defending certain things like that. But tangibly, you will see District 3, even the District 3 that it complain about, you will see him doing stuff. You will see other lawmakers doing it, but I'm not seeing your District 2 lawmakers do that. So if you're saying that, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're saying that the major changes that he was sent for lawmaking, the cardinal responsibility is not being done, the hospital and all that stuff, then what is he doing? What thing is he doing? And then again, correct me if I'm wrong. If you see that, you from there, you can say it, but I have not seen that before.
Oh, yes, to be sincere with you, let me not give him some credit. I think that he did some mini market project. I think one in Bois, one in Yapie, but as per my standard, I don't qualify it to be something that our people really deserve. Because, like for example, the one that in UTIE, good 100% cannot go on it to sell. So what the essence of you saying you build a market hall for the whole administrative district or a chiefdom that cannot accommodate about 150 market women? So I think, but other CA they might be maybe other might feel that because I'm not in the driving seat, that's what I'm speaking again. But I feel that that is not sufficient. It's inadequate for our mothers. But the understanding of the people are different. So, like I said, I don't want to be. There are other people who will look at it to be something that he had done, like you are saying. But having what I will tell you is that the work of a lawmaker, sample, what Koto is doing, yes, he's trying to improvise. But if the system was set, a lawmaker should be able to advocate to legislate. For example, if I from District 2, I notice that there's a breach in my district, I personally cannot build a breach. It's a government. And that is captured in the national government through on public works. And public works going to do the assessment and stuff like that. I believe if they are because executive 2 is running campaign, legislature is running campaign, everybody is playing politics. So, but if it's captured by the national government and that is done, and public works is going to break ground for it, a lawmaker, I don't think they will leave the lawmaker out. That will be done and it will be tangible. A lawmaker is improvising just based on the quest of our people, it makes it difficult for them to independently function. I would say that because if you want to be vocal, the executive to play politics, for example, if you are not in line with them, they will marginalize you. So it makes it a difficult situation for our democracy.
Thank you. So yeah, because for me, again, I don't know much about District Two, and I don't see a lot of stuff there. So, being the fact that you are here, so we just thought to ask you those questions, grind, and then come to. But you are a young man. You came second. I think Gino was just stating that here. You came second. So
Yeah.
if you are going back, if you happen to go back with the little, because I've been following you too. You've been doing your thing there in the corner and doing your stuff. So I don't know what you did prior to what you're doing now, but you think you have done more. You have shown the people more that they should be able to look towards you come 2029. What do you think the momentum looks like?
Yes, like man proposes, man propose, God disposes, right? So the issue of uh, our dream and aspiration at the time was to just give a shot to it, but because maybe God did not agree, some of our peers, some of our colleagues were the contributing factors. So and that did not happen. But that cannot still discourage us from engaging our people. We are live all of our life for our community. And some of us, we are now living our luxurious or flamboyant life because we feel that we can make an impact in the life of others. And that has been the case. But uh, if our people think that what we have done and what we've been doing deserve, they are confident and they give us the try to provide leadership, who are we to say no? We'll graciously accept that.
Thank you.
CEO,
Yeah, you can take over now with the question.
thank you, Chief. Well, Charles, again, welcome. Now let's go to the major issues within the district. the current representative took over from someone else. Now, like you said, there are three cardinal responsibilities. You will not go beyond that to say you will criticize the person. But then this budget, this current 2026 budget, having perused it and understand, where do you think the honorable oversight actually helped the district thus far?
Like I said, I will be applauding on Flomo. For instance, if the budget of GW Harley Hospital previous days on Tupa, it was in a tomb of 100,000. I will appreciate on Flomo if GW Harley budget is raised from 100,000 to 200,000, 300,000. I will appreciate on Flomo, for example, if Senikole Central had a BKS and old public high school in Lima, in his district, is being captured in the national budget. I will appreciate Flomo if, for example, the only private clinic in his district, Simere, is being captured in the national budget. I will also appreciate Flomo, for example, if Gav Clan or Gav Chidon can have a clinic in the funding for clinic construction in the national budget. But in absence of all of these things, because these are things that we were campaigning for, we told Topa he was doing nothing. So we cannot say the men were doing nothing. They see 100,000, did the reality hospital still receiving it? Then you expect me to say no, with the exception of maybe going to community to do town hall. And yes, that is maybe the social theory aspect, because you have to sometimes what you get, you have to share with the community. That's fine. But at the national level, where they're sharing the national cake, you should make sure that District 2, and I will tell you, District 2 and District 3 are also contributing immensely to the national care of this country. Because as it matter, one of the largest in District 2.
So the way I was coming with the issue of ArcelorMittal. Now, have you visited the clinic that is being, the hospital that is being undertaken by ArcelorMittal behind Sakimpa there? Have you seen it? What's your take about that? Do you think the honorable man is doing his best, that our hospital is up to international standard? What would you say about the issue of the MDA, the District 2 benefited her fair share?
I don't want to maybe shift blame on ArcelorMittal. ArcelorMittal might have been giving their funding, but the government who is implementing the problem. But what I will tell you is that the clinic or purported hospital being built, the area is very not to the standard. The ventilation is not too good because they are very short building and the windows are tight. It's just like an oven. So I think they need to revisit that. I think that started on Tupa. That was not on Flomo. I think it is time that he elevate that and look at it be up to standard to the present dispensation, because you cannot have a hospital looking at oven. So I think on Tupa elevate the discussion. The hospital, the building itself does not meet the standard.
You are stakeholder within a district. Will you sit there for such a building to be built within your district when you host the country largest a tax distributor within your district? Will you sit there to watch those things happening? What if the representative is not doing anything?
Yeah, what we can do is to just and what we are doing. We cannot venture into violence, but we intellectualize it, we discuss it until rightful authority why it is necessary that this is not the right way. When these are discussions that we'll be having, and people who have the ear to listen will listen, and the right thing will be done.
What would you say is the relationship between you and the current representative?
It's very cordial. Allah. So we don't do any, so we joke, we even eat together. We are very friendly.
So now let's go to the current issue happening. You've been following the whole political discourse in Lima from the issue of senior senator to the issue of godfather and everything. What's your take as a former representative candidate? What do you think about them?
The issue of senior senate, since 2011, that has been, it's just maybe for the sake of respect and stuff like that. But between you and myself, I think the reason why that issue of senior and junior senator came about, we were just coming from the war. There were no, everything was starting from fresh. So once who acquired a higher vote when as senior and complete 9 years because we wanted government to continue. So, but right after 2011, all those who been there, they are all being accredited the same 9 years. So it's just maybe for courtesy and stuff like that. And the reason why most people refer to Senator Johnson at the time because of his role in the county, past leadership, his influence and stuff like that. So the issue of senior senator, junior senator, I don't think is necessary for people to be who accountable because you didn't call the person senior senator or junior senator. No, that is not necessary.
What's your take on the whole godfather debate that's going around?
Junior, if you look at maybe if you try to contextualize the meaning of godfather, anybody could be godfather. Even having certain order can be a godfather for you. Someone become godfather for you based on their influence, their impact. I don't think there should be a special occasion or where they say, okay, let's confer this on the person. No. Your activities, like when people were saying, I said, great men are not known by their title, but their great deeds. So the issue of people fighting for, I don't know, who won't be godfather and this, that thing is just, it's not necessary, my brother. Your word will speak for you. You don't have that.
Your district holds the capital city of Nimba County and holds other major government seats too as well. How would you say that this current superintendent is working within the city? And I also want you to touch on the issue of the recent 10,000 United States that are dispersed to lawmakers across the 9 electoral district.
Yeah, I think we should be able to call Madam Sue Kou Mapegono. She is doing extremely well. I think with little time or stay in Nimba and with the usage of the social development fund, I think there are some tangible why issue that we don't agree with all. I think she need to be applauded for the level of work being done.
What about the 10,000 that were distributed today? I mean, yesterday, or this week?
I've been asking why the citizen had to be. I don't think it was a wrong idea to support talent. Sport is also good. It promote unity, it spark our hidden talents and stuff like that. But the intent, most of our lawmaker, the way they portray it, it seems that they are doing gestures for the people, not in academia we call it plagiarism. You receive 10,000 of the county money to be used for the district, and you pretend that if your own personal money, you say, okay, I gave 5,000, I gave 3,000, without acknowledging.
Charlie, I want to hold you there. Charlie, let me hold you there. Charlie.
So I see it as a lot of plagiarism in governance.
Charles, let me hold you there. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
You know, you made a post. I think I agree with your post today, and I think most Nimbans will agree with you. You made a post today. You said District 2 budget that is submitted was 11,000. Now that you guys have 10,000, you will just rally around for the balance 1,000. So I also think that District 5 now has 15,100 plus 40 backup rights. You know, the reason I'm saying that the lawmakers, they have not come out to say anything yet. So all we know is they made those donations from their own money. At least the one that we know of, right? So for example, I'll speak for our lawmaker. Our lawmaker donated $5,100 from his own office. The office said it, and we got it recorded. The man said, "I'm donating." The lawmaker is donating this money. He never talked anything about 10,000 that was from the county development fund. So until they come to dispute it, until they come to say otherwise, I mean, we're just speculating. I think we should just agree. For me personally, I think District 5 has $15,100 cash. That's a lot of money, and we applaud that. So whatever your lawmaker give, I think $3,000, right? Plus plus the 10,000. I think that's 13,000 out there. So you have to budget it that way instead of subtracting it.
Oh yeah. I know. Rev Musa public pronouncement. I asked the sharing committee to know what was the total district budget, and she said, "Well, over 11,000." I said, "Okay, but then that's a fine one. We already have 10,000. So out of the 10,000, so the other 1,000 will be able to rally around to get it. Whether the 3,000 the honorable gave is a personal contribution. For me, I take it as a personal contribution because the media carried that he had contributed 3,000. So if that is his personal contribution, then we get 18,000. Then means we are going budget surplus now. Our thing will be well taken care of. All of this. But until he can maybe we just consider it, maybe the 2,000 as part of the 10,000. So still have 7,000, and then the other 1,000 will be able to rally away. So I would think there will be no need for them to go trying for no money, and that would not be good. So like I said, it was a good intent by the county, but the lawmaker who receiving it, most of them, in Mutability have not broadcast this. I think we're just going to be a few.
Yeah. I think I agree with you, Jim. Before you come in there, well, I think we all, Nehemiah, should all agree with this. Until I didn't listen to your lawmaker on the presentation. I will speak about our lawmaker on the presentation. That's the one that I follow. If the lawmaker from your district said that it was a donation made by the lawmaker, I don't think they should resend it. It should be addition to the donation, and that would be, like you said, surplus. So District 5 people, I know I'm calling upon you. We have $15,100 that we have allocated to this year district league, plus 40 bag of rice from our lawmaker. So when you add a $5,100 to the $10,000, that's $15,000 until, and it's going to be hard for him to resend it because he made that donation. They said this was from the lawmaker's office, which I think the people deserve. And it's a good thing for them. We congratulate our lawmakers for making those donations. I mean, we appreciate that. Even your district, that 3,000 the man gave, the honorable gave, kudos to him.
Oh, yeah.
$3,000 plus the 10,000, that's 13,000. So it's a big deal, and I think we all should be happy. And we thank the honorable Ability for bringing that out, because if he had not said it, we probably would not would have known. Or maybe they were waiting for quarterfinal or semifinal before they announced the 10,000. So I think I agree with you, but I'll disagree with you in the point that we should subtract the 3,000. No, we should add the 3,000 on top of the 10,000. That makes it 13,000 for District 2 team. Likewise, 15,100 for District 5.
I'm just saying in a worst case scenario because the honorable has the guys they have a lot of activities and stuff like that. So it could be some of it. That's what I'm saying. In worst case scenario, you can do the subtraction. But apart we consider there's 10,000 and letters for the district.
And you think how they're going to resend that? How to approach it? If you were in that case, I know you won't be there, but what do you think would happen? You think they should come back and say, "Oh, the money we give, the 5,000 that we give, or the 3,000 is from the 10,000"? Is that what they will tell people now, or how they going to address
this? A great man will always identify and accept his spot. So if they are sincere, some people say, "Okay, yes, why should I receive 10,000 and give 3,000? Because I don't want to give all to the community so they can overspend it with management. That could still be a fine, a secure. But if they say, okay, yes, I just give my own contribution, that is not part of the 10,000, it's still fine."
Yeah.
But they should accept the fact that yes, they received the amount, but they did not acknowledge it, the source of the money.
And I think that where the problem. Most people, that where the problem is. The problem is with the fact that it was not acknowledged and it was not stated as if it was from the. Nobody was talking about that money. We never even knew about it until honorability. In fact, yeah, honorability, but it was Kagon, Honorable Gonku Kagon, who actually raised the red flag first, and then ability to follow up, and then where we are. Again, for me, District 5 people that listen to me, we have $15,100 from for this district league, $10,000 from the county, and our lawmaker honorably they donated $5,100, which we have told him thank you, and we say thank you to him, plus the 40 bag of rice. So if you add all together, District 5 should be surplus. Our team, our guys should be ready. Our girls should be ready. There should be no issue. $15,100, child, not small money. That's not small money. That's good. I think if that's the case, District 5 will be the richest district this year when it comes to money, when it comes to resources and funding. I don't know if they'll go out of money. That money can take them all the way to find out and will win the trophy and take it back to District 5. But that's my take on that 10,000. I think this is a trend. It's something that happens all the time, and is it a baby can sleep? This one just happened. They stomped their toes and it bounced and everyone talking about it. My issue is with the fact that it was not acknowledged. And the people looking for things to do to even. I think you part of the fundraising too. You see how people can raise funds. It's not easy to raise funds for these guys. The kids want to play. They got food business. They got all these things. So $10,000, that plenty of money to start with. If they had come to present it that way, then other people like yourself, other stakeholders of the district of the county will be able to rally around the team. Even if they're short of that 10,000, anything else, then it will be able to help. But presenting it as if it is, again, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. We can't say much. For me, I won't say much because nobody has come out to say anything. So as it stands right now, all the donations that were made, and then we have video of, that's in addition to the 10 grand. Until our lawmaker come out and say something about it, we will hold him to that, and we say we got $15,100. Well, for the beggar, right? I'm somebody on the beginning come in draw. Yeah, they can.
Oh yeah.
When they come in draw, I think I think you buy football boots. They can buy three. They can buy them set up jersey for every game. They can take them far. So we'll look for it. I don't think the man should be asking anybody for money anytime soon. But over to you.
Thank you, CEO. Now, Charles, let me take you to the issue. Do you think this 10,000 given to the lawmakers was appropriate to do so by the county administration?
Yeah, Jim, I say repeat. I say yes. It wasn't about intent. For example,
what does the law say? What does the law say when it comes to spending of county social development funds? And the county development fund, what does the law say? The local government out of 2018.
I think somebody was posting it. You have the non-mayor council. Once it was legislated by the non-mayor council that they gave money to representatives to do constituents engagement, the lawmakers deemed it necessary to use it for sport. And sport is one thing too that also help to promote unity and also help to spark up talent. So like I said, the intent wasn't bad, but the interpretation, the usage, that for example, Gion, you receive $500 from Lima County. Then you go give donation. You can say, oh, I received money from Lima County to our district to be used for this, but we're using it for this. I think if we are sincere, it will be fine. But if you hold on to it and you present it as your own making, then it becomes a crime. Like I said, in academic, if plagiarism, somebody work, they did, you citing important information from them without giving credit to the person. I received 10,000 from Lima County people money for citing the source of the money, that this money is coming from Nima people. No, it's a disservice to the country and the people of the district. There where the problem lies. It is not the issue of the money they are allotting.
So this is what the law said, right? According to the Local Government Act of 2018, it says lawmakers do not have any part to play when it comes to county social development funds. The only thing lawmaker can do when their district development fund has been allocated, they will identify projects. For example, Nima University need XYZ, and they will carry that report to the county administration. The county administration will go to verify those projects, and the county administration will go back and then implement that project through the 9-man council. But now, notwithstanding, giving the money in cash to them, do you think it was a right procedure to follow? Do you think it's also a disobedience to the law?
Yeah, you said just read the law. They will identify projects. Don't you think the 10,000 the law as united as the best way forward to their district, community?
No, it's uniting the district is very nice. My point I'm making to you here is that they are not supposed to receive the money. The implementer of the money is the 9-man council, but giving the cash to them. Now, do you have a fear? Let me put it this way. Let me ask you this way. Do you have a fear that there will be no accountability of this money that was given to those lawmakers?
With the current dispensation, with the current also there will be no accountability, because the fact that they refuse to state the source of the money that they are spending, and they fail to acknowledge that yes, indeed, so the 9-man council allotted 90,000 for the 9 electoral district, and District 2, for example, received 10,000, and we want to use it for the sport. If that was done, that was going to be done, it was going to be fine. So like I said, the intent was good, but the implementation now, there were a lot of people are having problems, even including myself. But it was a very good idea to allot money for the district and stuff. And then the same law is saying the lawmaker will identify project. The lawmaker identify sport as a project. So receiving it now, they should have also made the public pronouncement that we receive this money was given for District 1 or District this came from the county setting, it was resoluted, but we are using it for what? Sport. But that wasn't done. So the implementation and there were problems coming. But the intent, the allocation was fine. It was legal.
I've been following district activities across Nima County. It was my first time this year to see some lawmakers being fully involved when it comes to appointing district sports steering committee. And now I'm getting to understand why they were so anxious to do those things. But we'll get to that when you leave as our guest. We'll discuss our own opinions.
And Charles, I think I agree with you.
Even some of the because of the motive, the authority of that high. If you look at the committee and some of the established. That's also of the established. So then the one will now analyze why is it that you already, because if indeed it is a uniting force with using sport and there's also money being available for it, you should go beyond all boundary. But appointing all of your staff will also clearly explain the ulterior motive why some of them could not disclose the source of the money that they were giving as well. But for me, I don't want us to shift blame on the county administration or the 9-man council. The 9-man council intent was very good because the law said it, that the lawmaker decide which project or they identify. Or maybe some of his stakeholder engagement with the community, they decide to say, okay, there, or spend 10,000 this year or 15,000 of our money on sport. Let's develop sport. Let's develop young talent.
Yeah, Charlie, let me come in there. So when it comes to the appropriation of the money, I don't think anyone is. We are not. I personally, we are not questioning the legality of it. Perfectly legal, right? But when it comes to public fund, I think the NIMA people have the right to know how it's spent. We need accountability, like you talk about. We need transparency. We need all that. And that's why we have our county leadership there. Because we all, you, Charles, myself, and all Nehemiahs cannot do it together. We can't be there. That's why we have the people who are in leadership to make sure that things are done right, transparency, accountability, and all that. So the county leadership responsibility is to make sure that the money that is being allocated for whatever cause should be used for that purpose. So you, Charles, if you are in charge and you are giving 10 grand for sporting activities, you are the leader. You have to make sure that that 10 grand is supposed to be used for that sporting activity. Now, if you give the money to the people and we have lawmakers not reporting that, we never knew anything about it. Nobody talked about it. Even if when they were making the contribution, no one said anything about it until Honorable Billy came out and talked about it. So I think there were Nima people will sit and start asking questions, and there's nothing wrong with Liberians or Nimans asking their leaders for accountability and transparency. We need to know what is money is being used for. Nobody has problem with that. You have your legal right to do it. But how do we ensure accountability? How do we avoid this from happening in the future where you have lawmakers using it for something different, right? So the 10 grand was supposed to be used for sports. And the leaders who allocated or appropriated this money, it is their fiduciary duty, Charlie, for them to go and for them to make sure that the money is being used, NIMA people money is being used for that intended purpose. If not, you will see what happened today, and exactly this is what happening. You get the money, you forget, but you don't follow. There's no mechanism put in place to make sure. I think in the act, if you read the act, it says that it ensures county appropriation are used for the approved purposes. So if it was approved for football, the district league, the leadership, the soup is responsible for making sure that is used for that. So
Ali,
if it was done that,
Ali, you see now, instead of you saying the lawmaker should hold the soup accountable, you are saying the soup should hold the lawmaker accountable. So you see what I told you today about the politics in our democracy. So people who are supposed to be holding people accountable, people who are supposed to be carrying on their oversight responsibility, are they now who are now making expenditure, because it's executive who do the expenditure instead of the executive. The lawmaker telling the executive, okay, the Name Council allotted 10,000 for my district. Can you do the presentation to the should I monitor other supervisory, but then I'm receiving it to expend. So who am I? Who going to follow me?
And that's why that's why the local government asked for now. So that's why it came in. The goal was to distance.
So I'm saying the local government the lawmakers are the ones should be the one who should monitor, who should be able to have their oversight. Let's say, for example, it's just almost the same thing at the national scene. For example, $50 were allotted to my district. For example, for the health system, my responsibility is to ensure what are the $50 that were allotted, executive actually used it. And if the usage is it the value of the $50, these are things that you're supposed to be doing. So if I'm the one now who's supposed to be carrying on oversight, also making expenditure, then there's a problem.
Yeah, and then it's not just the super loan. It has to be with even the Name Council too. That's why I don't know how
you cannot hold the soup responsible. The soup there is a virtue of the president in the country.
Okay.
So who do the Name Council is just like a
who do we hold responsible? Because somebody has to have oversight. You can't get money to the lawmaker because
we hold the lawmaker responsible. We hold the lawmaker responsible.
No. Charles, see you. Let me come in there a little bit before you continue. Charles, I think this is where we're getting a little bit complicated. The law say you should identify project. The law say you should identify project as lawmakers. and then it will be implemented by the nine-man council. What the law totally abolished was giving money or giving cash or giving check to lawmakers. So if you go now to implement the project and the lawmakers are not satisfied, they hold you accountable. So it feels like the both parties playing a well-known game. Because what I was told today, let me tell you the secret now. Representative Musa Hassan Benedict told me, before you come in, Representative Musa Hassan Benedict told me today that he was the one that called the superintendent. Now, this is a conversation that I told him I was going to make it public here. He agreed upon it. He said he called the superintendent when the district meeting was about to start. And he told the superintendent that our district are sending us budget for district meeting. We don't have money from our pocket. Do you have anything within the cover that we, as lawmakers, can be able to implement? And the superintendent said, yes, we have something here called district development funds or district engagement money. Now, they decided that we will give you XYZ money. What I think the nine-man council erred is the fact that they gave cash to them. They were supposed to go there and identify, because this is what the law says. Go there and tell them, say, how many person you got on camp? What will it takes to feed these people? How will it takes to feed these people? There where the county administration erred. There where they erred. They shouldn't have given them cash. They shouldn't have given them check.
Let's do the devil advocate. The executive will always love it with the legislature to get a maybe agenda supported or pass. Right? Are you getting me? So the lawmaker can identify sport, for instance, as their project. And because the county administration also want that cordiality, they are requesting, instead of them saying, okay, then the people, this is what we want to go and do it, they start going after it. So the administration see it as a leverage to go along. So people who should have been a watchdog are the one going behind to take themselves. So you blame.
But the law didn't say that though. Should we blame the lawmakers? Because the law says something on the contrary, and the county administration, they are the custodian of that law.
They made a law. If you made a law and break the law, who should be held responsible?
No, making a law is quite different, and those people who custode the law, they are different. So the county administration, for part of the executive, they custode the law.
Let me get right? You as a part of the everybody should be here by 8 o'clock. Right? But then you made a law by 8 o'clock, you come to bed 12 o'clock. Who is behind to monitor what? So
No,
as you coming in, the child will be coming in.
I think the analogy is quite different from the conversation.
It's not different.
No, it's different from the conversation.
Maybe politically you want to make it the other way, but we people are the people who made a law.
Making a law is different, and then people, because that's why they say, listen, the analogy you just gave here right now, the analogy you gave, Charles, I'm loving the conversation. The analogy you gave is different. The father make the law.
Why?
The father cannot still be the custodian of the law. So in our government, in our democracy, in our democracy, we have the lawmakers, which we refer to as the legislature. We have the custodian of the law, or the enforcer of the law, which we refer to as the executive. And we also have the implementer of the law. Those we refer to now as the judiciary. Yes, sir.
Why you think the lawmaker will impeach a judge or a president? Why?
Are you hearing him, CEO? You were coming in
saying,
broken there, Chief.
Okay, the question is, why you think the lawmaker will be impeaching a judge or someone for executive for violating or breaking the law?
Charles, I'm not the
Why
one
they
being
say
interviewed.
no, but I'm giving you
I'm not the one being interviewed here tonight. I'm not the one being interviewed here tonight.
No, but
So,
if you answer the question, then we know arrive at the answer.
Okay, the simplest
I can barely hear you.
the simplest answer that I will give to you is democracy and the principle of separation of power.
So
What?
The simplest answer that I can give to you here, and for those of whom that are listening to us, is democracy and the principle of separation of power. So the separation of power gives each branch of government their own power, so they implement that power of impeaching X, Y, Z person when they go against the law.
Yeah, so the impeachment is which part of the responsibility of the lawmaker?
We will call that representation. We will include that in everything: representation, oversight, and everything lawmaking.
It is the oversight. It is the oversight. It is the oversight because we made this Geo break the law. I said Geo this law was made, but you break it. Because you break the law, then you finish it. That is the oversight.
Your argument is your argument is the county administration shouldn't be held accountable. The people who made the law, they were the one that broke the law. Okay, let's call space a space, and let's agree with you. Let's go to the other issue. How would you say Asylum Mental?
Before we go to the other issue there, I just want to state, so Senator Twain had only the post that you were referring to. We just want to make it clear too, because we want to make sure that the information is out there to the public. His office distanced itself from this whole money thing, and he said that he did not receive any $10,000 from anybody. So now Senator Twain has distanced himself from it. He said he never received 10 grand for any district league or anything or whatsoever. So he's left now with the nine representatives who received the $10,000. So other than that, Senator Twain and Senator Koga also, those two senators have said that they did not receive $10,000. So I just thought to make that clear. So the 10 grand is with the 9 representatives, so that $90,000 there from the coffer for district league.
Thank you, CEO. Then there well leads me to my next question. The law also says that there should be town hall meeting before identifying any project. Now that the two senators have distanced themselves from this money, how did the lawmakers and that of the county administration come up with the decision that 10,000 should be given for the district league? Was it a caucus meeting? Did they agree upon it? Or it was maybe a call place to each senator that we are sending you XYZ money to support your district? Charles, what do you know about the caucus working?
Okay, so what I would say is that the issue of the coming into being of the local government act was to also reduce the influence of the lawmaker or the caucus into deciding welfare when it comes to the usage of the county development fund. So with the issue of the 10,000, the two senators, I don't think it was necessary for them to receive because they're not district within their constituents. So if it was legislated that each of the lawmaker, for example, they receive scholarship funding for their district and stuff, I think it's also part of the district allotment. So if, like you said, they decided that this year they use it for sport, but then the implementation is there where people are having problems. Like you said, they should have town hall. So if all of them have had town hall meeting, inform their people that we receiving 10,000 for this year, and then the constituent or the people say, okay, pay 10,000, let's do it this way, and the lawmaker maybe in his wisdom say, okay, say every year we having district league. I think it will be necessary we use the 10,000 to support our young people in sport. And then if we receive it and make it public, that will be fine. But the usage now is where the problem is coming from, I said over and over. the allotment was a good idea, but then the implementation, the issue of accountability, there where problem is coming from. Because some of them, if are just maybe assuming that they just doing their own personal donation, they are not come to the usage of the 10,000. But if they are using the 10,000 as their personal money and without giving credit to a county administration or to a county social development fund, then this is a disservice to the people.
Thank you, Charles. And I want to take that conjunction from you, if, because what I was told is that they discussed this money previously, according to Honor Musa Belete, and I'm quoting him. He said it was because of that money that was promised. That's why he didn't give a damn to his district. So he was waiting for that money before he gave anything to his district. So all the other lawmakers that went and gave something ahead of time is two reasons. Either they gave the money to take it from the 10,000 that will come later, or they gave it at a goodwill, and then the 10,000 that will come later will add on to that. So there is no if in any about this issue. But let's take you to Asila Mental Liberia. Mental operates within your district. What would you say about the third amendment of the MDA? Did district number 2 benefit very well?
Okay, even up to present, the third amendment, because I feel that there was no need. Asila Mental signed for 25 years. They still have, I think they still has almost 4 or 5 years still left. I see no reason of the hurry. So even up to present, I don't still support the third amendment.
Well, the amendment already gone through now. Tell us what is within.
But you know, in majority agree. So majority of the Liberian people agree, and so Asila Mental got away. But personally, if I was the one who making the decision, I was going to go against it. And even today, if you say I will wait for the first 25 years to end, then we can renegotiate. But we hope that they agree on the second amendment, it will come to fruition so that our district and people can benefit. That's our prayer.
Thank you. So if hypothetically, let's say, hopefully you were to be elected by the people of District 2, come 2029, and you go up there with your colleagues, would you be open to looking into that if there was a leadership that agreed to that, looking to revisiting that MDA?
Oh yes, I will. Yes. And what I will do is I will make sure that we read every clause that have anything to do with the people of the District or has to do with benefit. And we follow it to the letter.
Thank you.
Want to welcome to the show this evening, Ms. DK Wade. DK, welcome. We are hosting Charles Teach Wonkayo, former representative candidate of Electoral District 2, Nima County. He joined us here tonight on the show as we discuss a couple of issues ranging from his district to Nima at large and Liberia too as well. Charles, I know you're fighting hard now to discuss the mental issue, but I want us to go bit by bit. Let's start firstly with the university. You said there was no need, but according to other people will say the university benefited. When you're checking the new MA amendment, Nima University budget have been increased.
Okay.
I come in now before you continue. Other two will say
no.
Now tell us what went on.
Okay, so like I said, okay, for example, in the previous MDA, Lima University were receiving 50,000 annually. In the current MDA, what happened is that BASA was not inclusive, Bond was not inclusive, but these institutions were included to get 50,000. See 50,000 Lima University is getting. So for me, if I were going to be there to argue, I would say, okay, say indeed you are also including the other institution. Lima University should also be step up, but that wasn't done. Lima University remained at seeing 50,000. So, like I said from the beginning, I was
if you
not.
would have had, even if you were
Go ahead.
contacted as a senior state actor within the district to make, an input to the amendment, what would have been your major contribution? Or let's say you were the representative, what would have been the major changes you would have made?
Okay. We from our end, from the university, and we also suggested to our lawmakers and other stakeholders that eh, there was a need that AML, instead of them, for example, giving 50,000 to Lima University, let them take the College of Geology and take complete control of it and run it. And maybe we get past what was supposed to the university. Secondly, the affected community. Uh, as long matter with in most of the cases they hold on to the 20%. They say they themselves doing most of the projects that they as long matter maybe they might have good intent, but the implementation is where the problem is coming from.
Well,
For
thank you,
example,
Mr. Shoulders.
the
Yeah.
hospital we're talking about, they gave the money to the government and they left. And then the national government, they won't implement, for example, with the hospital. So if, for example, if the money was going to be directly deposited by Asylum Meta to the country cover, I think you're going to make some greater impact than if passing through second or third party. It also affecting stalling our progress as a country.
Thank you. TJ, welcome. Let's hear you, Chief.
Thank you. Because I'm new, I don't want to come and ask questions that you guys are already asked. So I want to follow them when you guys on another topic that is interesting. I can really contribute. The thing with Meta and everything happening to our country, it just we will sing the song about it and all the policy makers will let it go. Like in the past, we blame CDC. All CDC was not giving our money. CDC is giving our money. And for all indication today, we're hearing that the money is being spent on district league. After we build a hotel for the team, and the hotel is standing there for, I don't know when the team will go back in the hotel and everything. So, Nima thing can just give people headache. So, I'm following when another topic comes is interesting. I will follow. Welcome, my dear brother and friend Charles. How are you? How's the university, buddy?
Yeah, I'm okay, DK. The university is okay, but tonight I'm speaking in my capacity as a son of District 2, discussing well, District 2.
Today we're talking about this too. Charles, I heard a lot of, I'll not give you my info yet, but a lot of people I talked to from that area there, they all talk a lot of good things about you. They say a lot of wonderful things about you. So about 2029, and when you say so, yeah, Charlie, Charles. So there must be something that you are doing there. What part of District 2 are you from, and also what's your relationship with the young people? As you and I know, Liberia population now has been a lot of young people. What part of District 2 you from, and the voting block there, and how are you keeping the young people together, and what's your relationship with them? Because
I
you are
mean, yes,
young.
I was born in Saninkole. My both parents hail from Yapie, and my father served the Liberia government through the armed forces of Liberia for 36 unbroken years. And I was bred in Saninkole here, went to school in Saninkole here, and almost 80% of my life I've been in Saninkole. So yes, I might say I had a very good working relationship with the young people, but in a democratic society, there will be other people too who will oppose the statement. So, but what I can say is that I've tried in all possible my possible way to live in confine with the norm of the community. That have been my upbringing.
Thank you, and you are doing it right. I'm glad that you were able to come on tonight. I know it was very quick. just a phone call, and then you never hesitated. I know this was not planned, but I want to say thank you so much for taking up your time. And we will find time again to bring you on back here so we can discuss major happenings. And always feel free to reach out like you are doing, and the contribution that you are making to District 2. We follow you. We're all on Facebook. We all see your little things you're doing there. Continue the great work. I personally wish you all the best. I think you are a wonderful young man, and coming second in that district, I'm small thing. Yeah, District 2 is a hopefully, man, not divide district with the new district addition thing they're talking about. When they do that, and then I fired out. So, but overall,
Well,
it's been great having you.
the issue of democracy is competition. We're not afraid of it, whether they divide or not. It's a fun thing. It's good. If you want something, you try to compete for it. Yeah,
Yeah, thank
so
you.
we have no problem whether they divide or not. It's still good.
Yeah, and I wish you all the best. I think coming second is not a small thing, with the work you're doing, I still believe that you have brighter future when it comes to leadership, and the next generation, the upcoming generation, look forward to someone like you. We are not too young to lead, as they can say. So thank you so much for coming, Junior. I think that's all I have. You can give us your parting comment, and then we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, so before Charles gave us his parting comment, I just wanted to say here, Charles, I'm a man from really way back, for a very long time now. And I believe in everything that you are doing, Charles. I'm not trying to take side with you here because somebody say, oh, is being political. We're not going to show again anymore. But Charles is my man from way
Yeah,
back. I believe
you're the
in
Sunny
you.
Pueblo man now, so
Yeah, so Charles, I wish you all the best. Charles is doing extremely well. He's publishing articles and everything. I'm told that he's also doing his doctorate degree too as well. So Charles is doing extremely well. I'll share some of his articles with you. You can read it too.
I
And
didn't
I
know
know
that.
that he's doing extremely well. Charles, thank you for being on here tonight. Whenever we have issue pertaining to the county, the district, and everything, we'll call you on here to give us your input as a state actor, as an educator, as a politician, to tell us what's your take on the issues surrounding the county too as well. Thank you for being on here tonight. In 2 minutes, give us your parting comment, Chief.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Saka and Mr. King. DK, I want to say thank you to BKS family. Uh, we are grateful for the opportunity. Uh, but I'm just calling on the people of District 2 and our Honorable Flomo. Thank you for the constitution of the district team. We also say thank you for your initial contribution of the 3,000. And we pray that you do the needful by making public disclosure of the 10,000 made mention of by one of your colleagues, and that have been acknowledged by the office of Senator Yan Tuayen, that 10,000 was disbursed to the lawmakers. So I think there's a need that the people of District 2 know about it. Uh, with the current budget of our district being at a little over 11,000, with 10,000 on hand, I don't think it will be necessary for us to screen other ordinary citizens begging them for support. The only thing we can do as a stakeholder, the balance 1,000, so saying we can rally around and then have it to our team. So thank you, and thank you to the people of District 2. Thank you to the people of Lima and Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on here tonight, Chief.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So, see you listening to Charles. But Yera, I know you and I only.
I don't know the echo for me. Let me come back in.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the echo here tonight.
Okay, let's test it and see. Yeah, I don't know why.
We still. Okay, just hold on for me a little bit. Let me see.
Yeah, I think even yeah. So it was great having Charles on. Melvin, I know you are watching. Melvin Flomo, if you get a chance, my man, your birthday coming. The man want to be the CEO or the chairman for his birthday committee, or what kind of peak committee the man put me on. He gave me a heavy title. So happy birthday, happy pre-birthday, Melvin. Thank you so much for for everything that you continue to do for BKS. And I want to say thanks to our team in Liberia, all the journalists. Let me see if I can call names here tonight. While we have people watching, we have Rosaline Tengbe, who's our only female uh, journalist or contributor to our platform. We have the manager, Takpo Sewa. I think that man is in the district tonight. I saw him interviewing somebody that was resigning from CMC. And that puppet just joined CMC, if I'm not mistaken, a few days ago, and he's a few months ago, and he's resigning. And then we have Genesis Bemi, our Bon County correspondent. He's there. Then we got Samuel Bully out there in Lofa County. He's our Lofa County correspondent. And then we have Levi. Levi is in Monrovia along with Melvin. And then we have the man, the PRO for District 5 team. We have Abraham Yanzi. And then we have David Bully. We have Clinton Jackson. We have, help me out, guys. We have, I'll call out the name. We got Clinton. We got TG. I'm sending shout out to all our journalists and the men that are making things happen. This year we have my own brother, Tatiana Tokpa, helping us. He's not with us. He's just helping us with the commentary when it comes to the district league. I want to say shout out to him. And then we have Matthew Quack, who's also there helping us with all the pictures and all the stuff there. He's there doing his thing too. We have Jerry. Jerry is also one of our journalists there. Who am I missing? And then we have the Heat Hour man himself, Junior Payne, the man that continues to hold things down here, hold our major program on BKS TV. I want to say thanks to all of you for coming. My brother Legend, thank you so much for coming too. We have DK on here, and to all our panelists. We have about 30 panelists in our group chat, even though busy schedule don't allow people to come on here every day. But I want to say thanks to all of you. We owe it to you. And on behalf of BKS family, we say thank you. Thank you for making all the sacrifices, the time, putting all the effort to make this going. It's not an easy task to run this thing. Is hard. So you need all hands on deck to make this happen. I want to say thanks to all of you. And from the bottom of my heart, I say thank you. And then lastly, the most important element of people that make this thing happen and keep it going is our followers. Our followers are on here all night, all the time on the page, engaging. Even the ones that are disagreeing with us all the time, we say thank you. Those that agree with us, we say thank you. That's the beauty of it. We're all not going to agree. We're all not going to agree. So that's the beauty of life and democracy, disagreement. Welcome to the show, Legend.
Good evening, Legend, and welcome. How are you doing this evening?
My pleasure, my greatest pleasure, guys.
I want to see your title. You pull out. You say what? XPUL slash what?
Yeah. We're a member of the Press Union in the past, and we're a member of the Sports Writers Association. So the only wise that we use it ahead of our nomenclature to tell who.
Yeah, and we're going to be talking about the drugs issue, which is the major topic. I saw an article you wrote about the drugs thing in there. So I'll have Junior take over, and then let's shoot. Let's discuss the drug issue.
So, CEO, before we go to the drug issue, they say a man is known by his title. So let me start firstly from preseason matches that have been going on. Legend, what's your take so far? Chelsea had lost 2 games in a row preseason. They play Tottenham and they lost. Today they play Juventus 2 as well, and they also lost. Tell us, what's your take? Which team you think is coming back stronger in the Premier League? What's your official prediction? Your top 5 prediction?
That's a great question. Obviously, my man Alvin knows we're huge fans of Manchester United, so you're gonna see a little bias in that regard. So obviously, we bought some quality players, so we're not just gonna give our biases based on being not so objective. But Manchester, we were coming back stronger. I know that for a fact. I know other teams that have been shopping around, and we had a team that were already, solidifying themselves. Like last season, Arsenal was a formidable force. You don't expect to see anything less than that. And their top player Saka, toward the end of the season, he was struggling. That's why you kept seeing Madueke start in the World Cup. But Saka, I'm certain that he's healed, because the last game when they feeded him from the start, he was impressive, and I like, the way he played. I think Arsenal will be a foe to reckon with, considering they are the defending champs. Liverpool always going to be in the mix. I see Tottenham Hotspurs, like you enumerated, they've bought some quality players. They've got some quality player on the team, and the Premiership is unlike so many other leagues. That's why people always rate the Premier League as the toughest, because every year you will find a team that no one expected to be in the mix in terms of the top 10 that will creep up there, and it will be a foe to reckon with. We saw it in the past when Leicester City took the lead by surprise. I think it was 16 and won the entire league, amidst all the big clubs, the Arsenal, the Manchester United, and the Liverpool. So yeah, the English league is a very interesting league, and unlike most leagues, that one team, let you see the Serie A or the Bundesliga or the La Liga, one team will dominate from start to end and not be defeated by the team that I refer to as the underdogs. It really, it doesn't happen like that in England. You see underdogs putting a stay fight, even winning some very crucial game against the bigger side. So yeah, we look forward to it. But my team, Manchester United, I can't say anything less than us coming to have a very great season. And you saw what we've done in the off season.
Now, with the preseason matches being played, do you tell us your official top 5 prediction so far
relative to
the real season?
Well, I would just give it to you like this. I saw part of the Arsenal game that they had last. They were impressive, like I always say. And our Manchester United, our preseason is going pretty well, considering in the preseason the teams don't feel all their quality players for a reason that obvious. You don't want to sustain injury coming to the actual league season. So we trying out some good player. Like we have this kid Williams, is a very young and promising player. I mean, I was so fascinated when I saw him on Alvin in the last game. So impressive, very fleet-footed, very swift player. So we brought in some player already, and you all know that. And we expect for our team to be a lot more formidable. And I see my striker Benjamin Sesko, he's put in a quality work. Alvin, the guy has transformed his physical morphology. The guy has changed his whole body. He's built like a player that is ready to absorb contact and tough guys up to get out and get going.
And I meant big with his height.
He's very tall and all of that. So you expect us to be there. Manchester United, the like of Chelsea, I see them making push for quality players. The Arsenal, obviously. The Liverpool, you can ask about Liverpool because of history in soccer and what they always and Tottenham, like you alluded, Tottenham is bringing on players. So I would expect to always tell you this: there will be teams that you may not expect that would be up there, maybe not in the top 5, but somewhere on the top 10. Trust me, it will always happen in
top 5. Let's hear your prediction. Let's hold you on the record here tonight. This season is ongoing. Tell us who's your top 5. Coming at number 1. Let's hear you.
Sorry, were you referring me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
My number 1, I would say, considering what we've done, Manchester United.
That's my number 1 too.
Obviously, and I would go with the defending champ because they've not lost much. Arsenal.
Then number 3.
If you ask me, I might say because of what Tottenham is doing, I won't be surprised if they sneak in 3.
Number 4.
The traditional team, Liverpool, will be up there.
Number 5.
I won't be surprised if Aston Villa or Chelsea.
I won't even put Chelsea there.
The whole prediction for the top 5. Let's trash it. Let's go to the drop.
So you wanna give us yours because it's only fair we hear yours. Because what I give you will be like what Avi will give you.
Okay, so here is my top 5.
Right.
From everything I've seen, I would put Arsenal still being up there because I see them. They are still eager to get the championship again. I will put Liverpool next to them. I know that Liverpool is doing extremely well. I will also put Manchester City there. I know that Manchester City too is also doing pretty well too as well. The preseason matches, they've never lost any. I will also put
It's preseason.
maybe the issue of Manchester and Chelsea. Let's keep it. These are angry brothers who doing their thing. Nobody know what thing they can do to each other. So let's keep it on the side. Let's say 205 for the fourth position.
So you got us fourth,
Yeah.
and you disregarding what we've done in the off season instead. But the one
Now,
thing I will
let's
tell you,
regarding it.
one thing I will tell you, off season is important, but the regular season it comes in very different in the English league. But we will look forward to seeing what happens. And your team is
I mean, Chelsea,
Chelsea.
man.
your
Chelsea,
Chelsea
yeah.
I mean,
man.
Chelsea, man.
You guys have some serious work to do, but we're not going to beat on you right just yet. Let's wait till the season gets started. And you know, lately, I want to point out something very important before we switch the pendulum. Manchester United, the Arsenal, the Man City. Lately, the competition at the top is so stiff you can never tell who's going to emerge a winner. You saw it the other time we thought Arsenal were going to win it. Last minute time, City snuck on them and took it. So I look to see a season like that this year, or more closely contested season to the end. Like we say, or go down. As we say in England, or go down to the wire. Yeah, let it
No,
go.
you see, the reason why I don't like for you Manchester United fan to be talking is you gain your momentum in the middle of the season, last season.
Yeah.
So
But this time is a different.
it's almost like when we're talking about the top 5 or the top 3, let's be putting City, let's put Liverpool, let's put Arsenal. But
Right now, we
Manchester
put Liverpool
United, you
above
came from
us.
the back of Chelsea last season. You came from the back of Chelsea last season, and you maneuver your way to the top 5.
Thank you.
We applaud you for that. But with the same pace continuing this season, I don't know. I don't know whether the players are satisfied with the manager. We just got our new manager. I know we have some things to work on. If I could make a recommendation, I think we need a new goalkeeper. As Chelsea, we cannot carry Sanchez into Champions League. I also believe so. But I'm wishing you guys the best. One thing I can assure you is that Manchester United will never be on top of Chelsea this 2026-2027 season in English Premier League.
Is that how you seen it? So
That's
we are
definitely
here.
how it's going to be.
Fortunately, we have this platform, and we will be here to contribute, and we'll be here to discuss some sports. So, with that said, I'm going to tell you this: considering where we were in the earlier part of last year's season, Manchester United, and where we finished the league, the momentum that we finished the league with, and what we've done in the all season, I have very high hope that we will be nothing less than top 2. I'm booking this today, like the NBA legend Charles Barkley can say, guarantee that we will be in the midst of the top 2, at the very least 3. I'll leave it at that.
Let's wait as it is, because when you're talking about the top 2, you get City fan and City now. They get Liverpool men in there. They get Arsenal men in there. So let's leave it.
All right.
But let's go to the issue here that will take us home tonight.
Right.
President Joseph Yuman Boakai on the 30th of this month, he released a statement relieving some people of their post. Let me welcome Sam Saros Palier to the show. Saros, welcome.
Thank you, Janelle.
Like I was saying, President Boakai released some people and also suspended some people. Now, I will name some of them here, but not all of them. But there is also a new revelation or a breaking news that I just saw tonight on the page of OKFM. I want to go to that first before we go to the discussion here this evening. Now, this is what OKFM posted about an hour ago, that 3 persons, including dismissed RRA staff, held over mysterious IB Atlantic vessel. And there was also a statement released by one of them. Now, authorities say 3 individuals, including dismissed staff member of the Roberts International Airport, are currently in security custody and ongoing investigation in connection with the mysterious movement of the IB Atlantic vessel off the coast of the Robertsport, Grand Cape County. The vessel was reportedly spotted off Liberia coast on the 1st of August after reportedly arriving from neighboring Sierra Leone. This is
1st of July or 1st of August?
1st of August, sorry, 1st of August.
Okay.
From what I was told, there have been some raid and confiscation done within our vessel related to drugs. Is the president, there where my question come into all of us. Are we fighting these drugs from the bottom? Just yesterday, the guy who owns private bar was indicted. These are people we consider top-notch money men in the country that are doing business. Is the government getting to the bottom of this investigation? Are they holding on? Should we just blame the Ministry of Justice or the Liberia National Police? Or should we start to involve the LAC, the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, who are supposed to investigate the wealth of every citizen in Liberia? Today, you will see legend appearing on BKS TV. Tomorrow, you see the man paying the one Liberian and say needle horse. Now, 1, 10, 15, driving the latest cars. You ask the man say, I give my one gas station operating. I give my one bar operating. Is this problem really with top government officials or people who really claiming to be in connection with those people? Because this is another side we need to understand. Oh, Legend will come to me and say, Jion, you connected to the CEO. I need this thing to happen. And Jion will say, yes, I can make it happen. But the CEO will not know anything about Legend our conversation. Is that what's happening? Is the government going to succeed with this drug issue? Let me hear your take from the suspension that just happened to the vessel that was, let me say, confiscated by the Armed Forces of Liberia and those people who are currently undergoing investigation at the Liberia National Police headquarters too, as we speak. I want to start with you, CEO. Let's hear your take on this issue. We go to Legend and then
let's go to Legend. Let's see what Legend have to say here. Great. And then from there we'll go to
Sarah. So I'm glad you were one of those who took a read to my write-up in our group chat. And that's my stance. Firstly, as Liberians, you can tell we are very passionate about our country. So when we come on these platforms, the ultimate is to make sure we put our country first. So this drug issue that is plaguing our country today, we must address it as Liberians first, before, if you have any party lineage, then you can consider it from that angle. So what do I mean by that? This drug, it didn't start under President Boubacar today. Before this government, we had the CDC. Before the CDC, we had Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And those three governments in succession, coming up to today, they've dealt with this issue. So when we look at it, we should look at it holistically. We should look at it in a sense that it is a fight and not a segregational fight. So if we are discussing it, we should be very passionate about resolving the issue. So this president is trying his utmost, suspending people, dismissing people, but more has to be done, because anyone who knows and following the trend of this drug saga today, they can tell this is a web. Meaning there are a lot of people who are involved, and the names of those people need to come out. Look at this thing I'm hearing about how the drug came in from the Rabat International Airport. And some of them have been speculating that they've been coming through our biggest port, the Monrovia Freeport. So it tells you that people are connected. And we see this gentleman, Egon from Kuya, from the Rabat International Airport, who happened to be one of the deputies for operation. He has connection with the president's son. Now, we're not going to say because he was promoted to, because I know for a fact he worked there before. This is somebody who I met 2017 when I went to the country, and because of his involvement with the poor, I was able to get my luggages all free. So I know for a fact that he gonna work there. But the fact that he was promoted to this very meaningful position under President Bouacar because he ties with George Bouacar, it doesn't mean to say if Bouacar, recommended you for a job and you went there and you did something sinister, we should, blame you for it. But at the same token, we should also be cautious and know that, hey, where there is fire, there is smoke. So we keep an eye on the bigger picture. We cannot just say this guy is doing this single-handedly. He doesn't work at the Freeport and work at the Rabat International Airport. So you can clearly see, guys, that there are connections and there are people who have been. Did you see the quantity of drugs that were on that truck when they caught the drugs? It cannot be the doing of a few people. That is something that when you look at the quantity of drug, you can see that there are people who are tied to it, and it's a whole web. And because of this country has to put her feet down very strong and fight this drug, irrespective of where you find yourself on the political aisle, whether you're a citizen, whether you're a UPist, whether you're a neutral person. Just face it as a Liberian, and with that mindset, like you see a lot of journalists doing today, we will climax this thing with a good resolution, and we'll curb this whole drug thing because it has to stop. It's destroying the fabric. It's destroying the youth of Liberia. Look, when you go to Liberia, bro, you will see clearly that drugs has destroyed a lot of young people. I used to go to play G.L. Gibson. I think it's Macklin Street. There's a school there. I used to go to play Scrabble. You see young people coming from the graveyard. I mean, their lives have been ruined. So because of this, we must take it seriously, And with that, I want to retire by saying that we should fight it as a country and not fight it as a people or as a political party taking sides, pointing finger to one another or pointing finger at one another.
Let me ask you this question, and I want to point finger as countries now. Sierra Leone, by all indication, with all the investigative journalism we've been doing, Sierra Leone is always packed one way or some way, somehow. Sierra Leone knew a surface as to the country where these drugs are transited from. Do you think it is about time that the government of Liberia see how best they can tighten their borders with Sierra Leone, both sea, land, and air?
That's a great question, Junior. And this is one reason why, development has its ups and its downs. One thing that has happened between Liberia and Sierra Leone lately is the road condition have become a lot more conducive lately. So a lot of Liberians take their trips on their vacation days and go speedily across the border to Sierra Leone. So because of that, you can see, the movement of vehicles and all that.
Before you conclude that, Legend, all the taxi, most of the taxis that are coming from Sierra Leone,
right?
You see that LDA arrested drugs belonging to a Nigerian man, arrested drugs belonging to a Sierra Leone man, arrested drugs belonging to a Liberian man. Is it about time that we tighten our security at that area?
Makes sense. We should. And by all indication, the two countries they've dealt with war in recent years. So you can clearly see why they should take the issue of drugs seriously, because one of the biggest drug kingpin in West Africa, he's always plying that route of Sierra Leone and having his foot down in the whole sub-region. So at this point, I think Liberia should take it very seriously, not just Sierra Leone, but the entire sub-region. We should tighten our borders, and we should also be very firm on the entry, and re-entry of people who leave the country and go to neighboring country and back into the country. But if you don't do that, I'm telling you, this thing is going to get worse from this government going into 2029, when we should see a new government, meaning a different party taking power, or the government and the UP retaining power. Certainly.
Let me ask you this last question before I go to Mr. Valier to make his point on this issue. Following a review of the findings submitted by relevant authorities, President Bouacar has, with immediate effect, dismissed the following officials, a lot, from NSA to the police to RRA. He dismissed them. Are these the individuals that we want?
Certainly, we can say we don't want somebody of interest as long as they are aligned with the drugs. Of course, we need them. But like I said, you can't tell me these people are the only ones. There must be. I mean, think about this. If you work in an office, it's likely that maybe somebody may do something and go unnoticed. But for at least 5 or 6 offices, for people who are not at the very helm of power, the very top, for them to do something and go unnoticed is almost unheard of. So if we have, for instance, say 6 ministries that are involved with this misdoing, and it comes out that of those 6 ministries, one went unnoticed, that's understandable. But if 6 ministries have people there that are doing things that are unwarranted, and it comes out somebody at the top, or at least 2, 3, or 4 of those ministries should be scouted and brought to book. So because of that, you cannot stop to the honor man that we've seen today, but want to go to the deeper and get the people at the top and get the people who have the more influence, because this is a matter of influence. The people who have the influence are going to be the one controlling the narrative. So if you just bring the book, the under man, and you leave the people of influence, it's not going to curtail the matter. You're going to still deal with it until you can stop the people at the top. Then you can bring a resolution to it. And we definitely need to bring a resolution to this drug issue as a country, again, not as a segregated body by party or political lineage.
Finally, let me get a recommendation from this end. 106, the Liberia National Police 106 was dismissed by the president. His dismissal came about when he allegedly took 10,000 bribe from the drug cartel. But recently, there is also an alleged information from the prison, the South Beach prison, that someone has been aiding those guys. They've been using that prison form to call their cartel or their bosses in Mexico to extend them some financial help in Liberia. What is the cause that almost everybody getting compromised? What do you think is the cause, and what's your recommendation?
Yeah, salient question. When something involves illicit drug, it's a lot of funds. Look, cocaine, check cocaine around the globe. It's very pricey. Anywhere you go, it costs a lot of money. So people will be compromised. And those guys in the prison, they use their influence to get to people who are, like I said, people who need money. So if you work at a place, you are being underpaid, if someone brings a huge sum of money to you, the likelihood that if you don't have integrity, you'll be compromised. So because of that, the government has to tighten its screws on people who are in important places, like you're taking those alleged criminals to jail until they can be forwarded for investigation. You need to put people who are trustworthy in those places, because when those guys go there, the people who are in the outside world, who are their suppliers, who are their partners, they're going to try to get to them and see at the very best what they can do to either fuse it by bribing the system or by getting their guys out of the country in any way humanly possible. But for now, I think the government is doing her best, and that guy that did that act, that's the right decision. Bring him to book, and he's in a serious trouble because it's proven that they use the phone in the prison system, and that under no circumstance should be allowed. For people are high case, like drug case like today, for them to be able to have access to phone out of the country to their partner, I know that guy is in a serious trouble, my brother.
Thank you. See you. Let's hear you on this before we go to Cyrus. I know this is our major discussion.
Yeah.
Cyrus
I want to go to Cyrus so Cyrus can give me his take on this. The man, I caught the man was sleeping. The man, the man left from the US down there. He's still struggling with the time difference. He told me yesterday, so I'll make sure of your time. I caught his shoes tied today, but I wanted to hear from him, Cyrus. What's your take on this? I know you've been following, but one thing I don't want to speculate here, but one thing I've noticed, I don't know when last they had a press conference. The IG has been quiet of late. The past, I would say, 2 or 3 days, He has not been in the media. I don't know if it's intentional. I don't know if it's further investigation. I've been following. It's been over 3 days now. We have not seen him in public. I think the last press conference he had about a few days ago. So we
Yeah.
haven't seen him in public. I don't know if
At
it's
least four,
intentional.
at least 3 or 4 days ago.
Three or
But
four
you know
days ago.
why?
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah. Man, no. Yeah.
I can take one. I mean, let me take 1 minute to hear you in that direction.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
he's
yeah.
saying
I don't. I know.
why?
Yeah, you can get. But we're gonna go say yeah.
All
One
right.
minute.
Yeah, but let him go ahead and Cyrus, you go ahead
Yeah,
and I will tell you
Cyrus,
why.
go
I think
ahead,
it's
and then
That's a
maybe
good
you
question.
have take on that. But Cyrus, welcome to.
No, he can you can take the 1 minute and
Thank
address
you,
the
Cyrus.
question.
So this is it. People tend to downplay the media, Cyrus. But when you play with the fourth estate in a country, you come on because the people are referred to as the pen pusher for a reason. The people are pushing the pen and they control the mass media. Today, we have so many outlets for that you can reach out to people, and the IG who I like, who brought the mass media into a public disrepute. You can't make very inflamed statement like, oh, people in the media, they are taking bribe from the cartel, and you don't make a clarity thereafter. Even if you had done that before the PUL came after you and made some clarity, because they have their LMP press department.
Yeah, yeah.
Today is headed by my former colleague, Sam Kingsford Collins. We used to be at Power of TV together. So he's the one heading that department. We should at least have Sam Collins write something and, like a little press release and say, in terms of explaining to the Liberian populace.
You I think you need to mute. There's echo coming from somewhere.
Is it from my side?
Yeah, probably if you mute, it will be helpful. So thank you, CEO. So if he had done that before the PUL came after them to say we're putting out a press statement, issuing an ultimatum to the police boss, it would have been very prudent. But he didn't do that, and now all over the media, various media institutions today, they are coming hard on the IG. Because of that, it limits the IG own ability to put out or to disseminate information. And so, CEO, that's my reason. I think because the media eyes are wide open and people are looking at him, he tried to be a little more calculated. Because in my estimation, that was not a very smart thing, and that was not a calculated move that he made to point or blanketed finger at the PUL with all giving and then specific on which institution or who are the individuals that you were inferring.
And I agree. I agree with you. I think it was a mistake that he made, and I keep saying when he gets in front of the media, he controls. He wants to control the narrative. I mean, being assertive is different than being. I will term it as a little bit cocky. You don't want to do it that way. You want to respect other people's views. Because you forget to know that you're working for us. You are reporting to us. So we got you there, and you're supposed to meet the media and respectfully convey a message. Now, when someone acting rude on you is different, but almost all his press briefing I've seen is just that. But yeah, it's been 3 to 4 days. I haven't seen him in media since. But Sam, welcome to the show, Chief. What's going on? You fell asleep?
No, not really. I was in the middle of some meeting, so I couldn't pick up my phone. But however, there are a lot of things been unfolding here. I've been listening and following. Listen, let me start with the IG. Gentlemen, to be honest, Liberia is messy right now. This country is messy right now. And I can assure you, many more to go down. In a loose society like this, where almost everyone here is greedy for money, people want to get ahead real quick without working hard. So that's what's going on in our country. A lot of folks here, the love of money will destroy them. It's happening. Listen, the stuff we're playing with is gonna get messy and messy. This country is in a total disaster, I can tell you guys. More needs to come. If the investigators, the way they're proceeding, if they continue, listen, this country is going to get paid off. A lot of folks that you don't think about, they will go down. That's what the cartel can do. Gentlemen, and these cartels will not come to Liberia. $317 million. They ain't going to come to Liberia because Gregor Coleman said come to Liberia. Impossible. These are investors. These are business people. And they know what kind of business they do. You think they're going to risk that 317 million because police commander say come here, or police director come to Liberia, or maybe I'm coming to Liberia to sell stuff.
And Cyrus, the 317 million we're talking about are street value. That's not even the actual market value.
Let's take it as a face value for it.
Okay, great.
Yes. So, gentlemen, our country is in a total disaster, I can tell you for sure. Why is the RG is quiet? I've been since RG is quiet. It has to be quiet. He has to. At this point, there is a serious rumors coming from everywhere. The president doesn't want to see him. Someone told me personally the president told him to step out of his house. So, listen, today, to be honest with you, I ain't Liberia, I care. I live enough. But the thing is, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's going to get crazy. When you talk too much, you think, and gentlemen, the fact is that no one wants to go down alone. If you and myself go on the football field, you play me far, and you think I should go down alone, I'm gonna hold you down too now. So this stuff that's happening in our country, the love for money in this country, people will go down. The former government officials, today I was telling some friends, it's Unity Party, I say, donkey. The former government official will go down. Current government official will go down. A lot of them will go down. Some personal connections to the leader of this country will go down if they follow the procedure. So it's getting serious. Liberian people will always say, let's pray for our country. Pray for what in country? Let's collect the bad people from our country. Let them go in prison. What pray? You think God will come from heaven to do something in Liberia? God created government and said, lead, do the right thing for the people. The total misunderstanding of this country is, let God do it. God will do his work. God, no. God doesn't work that way. So to me, it's misinterpretation of the gospel. What the gospel says is not a reliable thing. So they use God name to do bad things in this country. So yes, RG will be quiet. He will be silent. There's serious decisions to be made. If private bag owner can go down, he will go down with most people too now. So this is where we are in the country, Junior. There's no question to ask here. A lot of people in this country will go down. It's a serious thing, and it's sad for our country. I came from a short meeting. I drove by, and I passed by some other places, some people, some big area. Can you imagine? You get a little bit of entertainment center, and you have about a Wrangler Jeep, 25 of them liner. This one, number two, number three, number four to 25. What kind of money you making in this country that you have all these things? Wrangler G, if I'm not mistaken, I think the brand new one should be around 75,000 or maybe 45,000 or more. And one person own about 25 in this country. What kind of job are you doing? Some people go down, you know, man. They will go. But you know what? If I could use God in this situation, what I can say is that God is working for the Liberian people. People who really want to destroy the country, they will go down, and they will go down totally.
Is it true that the guy, the private bar guy from your district? I don't know how true it is. I'm trying to authenticate that.
I don't know. I was told I have not really captured the whole information. Um, I'm told that he's from Nimba, but I don't know what district.
Yeah, they say man for your district.
Is it on farm?
Yeah.
If it's so, it could be. Man, I mean, listen, there is no if and if about this
Is it man
country.
for your district?
If it's true, it's true. There's no if and if about this country. This country is all about what I can get to put in my pocket. Even the little child, even you will see 4 years old want to go buy something from you. I mean, buy something for you, and they'll not return the change. That's how bad it is in this country. And we can sit down here, trust money has entered in this kind of the thing has cooked. Is this the whole thing is cooked in this country and in the government. I was saying today, Saturday, it was another maybe writing to say or you're jokingly or whatever, maybe crazy stuff. I was saying I hope they shouldn't make the puppet die before a time. President Joseph Baga, I hope they shouldn't make him die before a time. The puppet confused right now with all these things happening around him. Who to trust in the government? Who to trust?
Thank you.
Everyone that you think about needs surfacing in this drug issue. Who to trust? Do I really care? I live, at 56 to going to 57 years old. Do I really care if someone harm me? At the end of the day, we all will go. But that's why it is in this country.
Are you saying that you're scared too?
No, I'm not. Why would I be scared? I've been live long. I live for a long time now. I've been eating good food for a long time.
I know, I'm just kidding. But on a serious note, so this is something serious that when you look at it, it's a sad situation for our country. It's sad for Mama Liberia. It's sad for our reputation. It's sad for Liberians. It's sad for the young people. What are we teaching the younger generation? What are we teaching the upcoming IGs, the upcoming NSA folks, the security folks, the upcoming generation? What are we telling them? Corruption, your own. If the person did that, yeah, man, they put here today that they did that one. I don't have time to do our own. Until the generation, some type of cleansing is done in our country, this will continue to happen. They can remove who all they want to remove. They can do whatever they want to do. It's just a mindset thing. There's this guy on social media, funny. I think his name is Funny Marco or something. I think Legend, you know him. He always says it's a mindset thing. So the bigger guys who are running this stuff, they are all probably sitting there watching their hand and saying that y'all go down. At the end of the day, we'll be there for your Liberian people thing. It can only last for a short time. But surprisingly, though, this one has gone for over a month now, and it continues to linger around. And every day, new story keep coming up. New stories keep piling up. And then what you hearing from Cyrus, what you hearing from Legend and everyone else, It's the same thing that you hear everywhere. Some people don't like to talk about it. Some people don't have the ability to talk. Some people don't have the platform to talk about it.
But how they will talk about it?
Yeah,
I mean, how they will talk about it? On a serious note, I'm not cutting you. How they will talk about it? This country, right? Right now, the way you see no demonstration, nothing. Let me say it to you. The drugs money was circulating in this country in a year 20, beginning from previous government to the end. As I live in this country now, what I've been hearing is, oh, during this government, there was money in this country. Money was circulating. Everybody was getting money. But do you know where you are getting the money from? The drugs money was circulating. The country is getting tough and tougher because the drugs money is not circulating as it is. I mean, as it is now. It's going to be tough. Today, I was listening to Mr. Gafwani said the economy is stable. I don't even know. Me, I'm not an economist. So the word stable, what does it really mean? We mean there's a growth, or it mean I don't know.
It means
So
it's not coming down right into a little late.
well, if it is today, I think the word stable maybe it could be positive term. Maybe I'm not. Apparently, people, if that is the case, people should be able to feel it. Are they making impact in the people's lives? I don't think so. People crying, business people crying. Then they say economy is stable. And when you stabilize something, what does it really mean? It means it's getting better, maybe. I could be wrong. I'm not an economist. That's not what I studied. So it's going to get worse. It is going to get worse. Most of the businesses, the drugs businesses that hire folks who are working a little thing, doing a little thing. Now those little jobs will go away. It's going to get worse, Jeremy. I will stop there.
Thank you. I know I will come back for everyone to give their parting comment. But here is
before we go to parting comment, what's going on with our country? I didn't follow that whole thing. It has been, even Spoon was talking about it when I was driving from somewhere to.
Anyway, you
rundown. Maybe legend.
It's on the news the whole day today.
Okay, so we give you the rundown of it. Having a feedback.
Okay, let me put my own. Let me tell my.
Okay, great. So, but before we go to the rundown, how is the EPS working? Recently, President Joseph Boakai was seen at the private bar for his son album launch. Do they do investigation? Where is the president going? How safe he is? Are they really working? Because if the owner of a private bar can be linked to money laundering, importation of drugs, what if a cartel was having a meeting in that place the day the president went there? Were there proper investigation? How safe is Liberia?
So, Liberia is safe. It's safe in a sense. There's a difference between the drugs dealers or the importers in this country, and as compared to the one in Mexico, Colombia, you name it, in South America. Those are sophisticated drugs cartel, which they get the gun that you may think about in the military world. They are everything you think they have it. But the one you see here, they don't have those kind of equipment. They were trying their best to bring it in. Because remember now, from South America to Liberia is far away from home. So they don't have the kind of gun that they have in South America, where they can even attack military, and the military and armored vehicle can go there and they can brew it, up in a minute. We don't have the kind of drug dealers in this country yet. So if that was the case, you would not see DA going to arrest drug dealers with bad hand and nothing in their hands. So again, going to private bar, I think it was so Junior. Again, we will see a lot happen in this country.
You want to talk something, but I know why you're holding yourself back.
We will see a lot. We will see a lot because taking the president to private bar and all of those things, it's all about connections. And the old man is innocent to some of those things that Americans even say it's innocent. They can just drag him. Papi, let's go this way. It's okay there. Papi, let's go. That's business here. Papi, it's a nice business. That's how they're dragging him around.
So let me ask you this question. Do you think, in your right opinion, with everything that is happening, you believe that people are dragging the president to go to some
They are
places?
dragging the Junior.
Let me ask you now. Wait, let me finish my question. I'll lay in the basis for you. With all these things that is happening, do you think President Boakai is fit to be president come 2029 again for Liberian people to re-elect him?
Well, Junior, let me explain something here. My father died at the age of 102. And at the age of 92, maybe 93, at some point in time, it was like a little child. Memory was a problem for him. So whatever people say is what he takes in. I mean, it was just the way it was going.
Mm-hmm.
So with President Baka, sometimes with no disrespect to him, some people say 83, 84, 85, 87, whatever, 80, 90. But I think he's old, pretty old. And with this kind of tension, the people just dragging him, Papi, let's go this way. Sometimes he said that he doesn't, people who close to him, so that they lecture and say, so that Papi can forget. He can't even remember somebody's thing now. So they can come and say, Papi, let's, dishonest people in this country.
So in short now, will you support President Boakai?
I'm laying the basis so you can, whether to answer your question.
No, I want us to go to the next issue because of time. In short, will you support President Boakai?
Well, I did not support him the past election, but because I knew this kind of thing was going to happen. To be honest with you.
So let me ask you this question. Liberia election always goes to second round. What if former President Weah and President Joseph Yuman Boakai goes for second round? Who would you prefer? The age gap, the leadership, and everything.
As bad as it is, if I could just put my hand in my toilet,
I would not bring Joe Weah back.
Let me
go to legend. I already get your point.
I would do it for Joseph Boakai.
Let me. So you just told us here the Papi forgetting he doing this. Legend.
Yes, it's
with
bad.
All the things that is happening in the country right now, the age of President Boakai and everything, and taking into consideration since 2005 up to present, we've been going for second round election and all of that. If and only if, assuming that CDC and the Unity Party goes for second round, President Joseph Yuman Boakai is representing the Unity Party, and the CDC has been represented by former President Josh Manoweah. Who would you prefer?
There is no question in my mind that, in all fairness, George Weah will give the power when he ascended to the helm of power in this country. So I'll be very honest with you. I see no reason why he should want to return to power, because he has 6 years and he underperformed. Liberia should never.
We're asking a hypothetical question.
Yeah, the answer is no. George Weah should not be considered. So obviously, if he's running, my answer would be Joseph Boakai. But I wanted to lay up another scenario down. I think Liberia should think in this direction. Considering we have had 6 years, he underperformed, like I just said, and President Boakai is there today. He's doing his utmost. He's trying. And like my brother Cyrus just said, because of his age, somebody in the 80s, it's not a small man. He's lived his life, and there's something called senility. People tend to forget, lose thought. People lose the train of thought easily when you get old. You lose memory, and because of that, in a perfect scenario, I want to believe that if George Weah CDC decides not to bring him back to run because of his popularity and his base, Unity Party should not bring President Parker back to run, and somebody can run on UP ticket. Let it be a competition that will be amongst people that have not had a chance to serve, meaning we have had a chance already. Parker had a chance already. They both out of the race. Then other people who are well-meaning, like for instance, like a Councillor Gongo, like a Dr. Moniba, like a Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings. Those people should be looked at on the basis of their platforms and what they have to offer the country, and we should go thereafter and put them as the next leader come 2029. Because why? The last few years, Unity Party and CDC, they've been the one running the country fairly and squarely so, because they have the number, they have the fan base. But in a perfect scenario, I would go for a situation where Liberia looks in a different direction come 2029. Because why? George Weah had his chance. He did what he could. His government fell flat on its face because considering how much vote he accumulated coming into power in the high 60s, and when he was defeated by an older statesman who is there today, and he's trying his best, but still there are lapses, still there are a lot of hurdles along the way, for which if I was to think about adding 4-5 years to his current age, he should not be considered for another term, because from 29, if you go another 6 years added to Bwaka's age, he will be very old. We don't want a situation will be like a poor Bia or Uganda, Uhuru Museveni, and those are two people country who are bento, and you hear people who are from their tribe and from their setting speaking so highly of them, but know that in terms of thoughts today, there are declining events in the country. We are Waka has not had a chance to have the luxury of living in the country.
So what would be your call to people who are encouraging George Weah and President Waka to recontest 2029?
Well, it's fair, because think about this. CEO, you telling me, I think it helps. Thank you, buddy. So it helps. If think about it like this: if President Bwaka, who has the number, and President Weah also with the number and the backing of his people behind it, if they can listen to the calls of Liberians today and say, hey, go out there, do a sampling and say, here's the reason why we have to achieve everything else in life. And he need to sit and enjoy his beautiful family, enjoy his beautiful life and all the wealth he's accumulated, rightfully so. And President Bwaka, you've served government for over 40 years. You've achieved everything. All you needed was to become a president. You were senator, state power. You did your utmost. We've had a plethora of issues over the years that you, even if they gave you 20 years, Bwaka, you cannot solve all the problems of Liberia before you leave in 20 years. If you put those logical points in front of them and tell them to step aside in a perfect world, if they do step aside, then it means they put the country first. Because what you do is you're doing it for your country. So in a perfect world, if they put a scenario before you and you say country first, they should definitely step aside and not consider running. But we know how our people are when it comes to power. The greed will get the better of them. And we've seen it in almost every past leader we've had, except for George Weah, who were very magnanimous to step aside when he lost with very few votes versus Bwaka. That one credit you were always going to give George Weah. He was very magnanimous in this past election to concede to President Bwaka with the loss of few votes.
Are you saying that one credit because George Weah lost 2005, he accepted the result, 2011?
Yeah, I'm saying we're giving credit for accepting the result as it was that brought President Bwaka to state power, because other African leaders, incumbent, they wouldn't have accepted Bwaka to take power. They would have found all means to to bring in cheating, to bring in fraud in the election and steal the election from President Bouakai. But George Weah did not do that. And people fail to realize, you remember George Weah was a UNICEF Kuwait ambassador. George Weah was a peace ambassador. George Weah had won Arthur Ashe Award in the United States, one image of peace and an image of reconciliation. So he had to concede. And George Weah told a story the other day in the USA here. He said when he think about how he lost his second Ballon d'Or title by headbutting George Costa, that player, when they were playing, for which they didn't deem it necessary to give him the title of the second world best. He always humble himself and always take a deep breath when something arises. So that because of the reason he conceded Mbaka to power. So yeah.
Thank you. For politics, Josh Weah is a patriot of Liberia, a very big tradition of Liberia. I would give that to him. And I also agree with your analogy. I agree with your theory that for me personally, I believe that those people who have served Liberia for the post-war era from 2006 up to present, from the House of Representatives to the presidency, we should change them. You get men at Thomas Paladin who have been in our house. They've been changing from one country to another. Leave from Montreal, they go to Lofa. What is the difference? What are we seeing? What are we getting? We're still bringing these old people. These old same people, we bring them, we exchange them. If they're not Joseph Bouakai, if they're not Eli Josie, at Joseph Bouakai. If they're not Joseph Bouakai, that's George Weah. Maybe the next thing we're going to see that not George Weah, we'll see Joa Howard Taylor. If they're not Joa Howard Taylor, we'll see either Thomas Fala or we'll see. It's crazy, How do we want to change? We're just changing the same people, the same cycle. These people who agree on the same theory today, after 2 more, they go after each other to say, okay, no, they may not doing great. Why will you support this person and you say they may not doing well?
Right.
Yeah, you listen to people that are like Henry Costa and they will say, I support that United Party, think of like a girlfriend who was heartbroken and just went to a friend who need to make the other person jealous. Which kind of political theory is that? And we still here, we say we want change, and it's but again, I want to thank you for being on here, Legend. We will discuss the NEMA issue tomorrow because it's a long topic that when we start here, we will not end it. We've exhausted our time here tonight. I appreciate you for being on here. The vessel that was calling to my information, it is currently in the custody of the Armed Forces of Liberia. They have taken charge of it already. They are doing all that investigation. Whatever that was seized there, I'm also asking the LDA, the police, to see how best they can release every information regarding the vessel so that we can know what is happening. So that all of us will know what is happening. We want to find out, because it is already established that the drugs are not produced in Liberia, but elsewhere. They are being imported into Liberia. Now, let's know where it is coming from. This is our question. Is it coming from Liberia? Is it coming from outside of Liberia? Let's get to establish these things. And if it is established that it's coming from XYZ country, I believe that Liberia should cut tie with that country and we should have no other business with them, trade, whatever. We should cut tie absolutely with them so that we can protect the image of our country. Again, thank you for being here. Maybe in 2 or 1 minute, you can give us a parting comment, and tomorrow we'll discuss the NEMA issue in its totality. I know Sam is waiting for us to touch this, but let's keep it for now.
You going to Cyrus or myself?
Let me start with you, then we'll go to Cyrus.
Okay. Oh, well, always a pleasure. This platform, I can foresee it being a very big platform in the foreseeable future. So people listen when you follow the thread. There are a lot of people who are interested in the topic. So like the CEO earlier said, we want to thank those who follow the show. And as the days unfold, that will continue to engage the topic, will continue to engage the meaningful discussions, and we discuss Liberia, with the hope of seeing change, because what good will it be if we come in and just talk and nothing happens? But we hope to add our voices to the rest of the other platforms out there, and we can change our country one day at a time, because what we do here, it may seem little, but when you go back and see how many people follow the discussion, how many people contribute their views, it kind of like creates that enabling environment that we want. We want a society where Liberian can be more engaging, Liberian can be more understanding, and Liberian can be more empathetic toward our country first, before any line that is drawn between political divisions. So with that, I'd like to say thank you to you guys again. I want to thank the CEO. I want to thank you, Junior, a lot. And Cyrus, it's my pleasure sharing the platform with you again.
Thank you, Chief. Cyrus, let's hear your parting comment.
Well, again, it has been a great show.
Which part of Liberia are you staying currently, Cyrus?
Oh, the man get this location.
I am in Monrovia.
Which part of Monrovia?
I don't even know Monrovia that well, so let's do like that.
you can be on RIA Road and just tell him you're in Badnersville.
But anyway, I know Junior is trying to mess with me, but that's okay. But listen, hey, again, it is great to be in our country. The noise is going on. We are eating organic food. We move freely. The good thing is nobody's rushing to go home before 10 o'clock, unlike 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, up to 2022, 10 o'clock, people rushing to go home so that they cannot be attacked by gangs and other stuff. As the noise is going on in the country, there's free movement in the country. People go home after 2 and all of that. Even though in any society there's always something going on, the bad people will always be in society. That is true, but the way it was by then, 6 years ago, is not the way it is. As bad as it is for our country, with the drugs being, the country is being engulfed by drugs cartels. One day, as the way the investigation is proceeding, we're looking forward to seeing who all will go down, because I don't think I'll want to go down alone. So these cartels are powerful. Can you imagine a guy, the correctional officer, I think superintendent of correction department or division, deputy, I think, the cartel used his phone and all, asking for money. They transfer money into his phone. He got arrested. He's in prison. Listen, these folks, when they enter in a country, it's not an easy thing. Mexico then fighting the cartel today is because once they see these folks see a loophole in a government, in society like this, they will deep, and spread the money. By the time they go low, the whole country is corrupted. So that's why it's going on in our country. I'm glad the alarm is all over, ringing everywhere, every corner, so that even if we are a poor country, we should be poorer. Then instead of promoting drugs in our country, as bad as it is for us. But I want to say kudos to President Joseph Yima Baka, the Center of Waterspoon, Running Seal, who are really doing a great job for this country, because securities who's supposed to do the work, many of them has been compromised. So Center, Waterspoon and Running, they're doing a very good job. The people are giving them this information because they can't give it to security. They are giving them the information and they're calling these people names, and some of the names that they are calling is a serious thing. And the government is going after them and they've been getting arrested. Look at the vessel, for example. So yes, we want to say many things to the president for this country. Sometimes another UPIS, another sedition, but the argument has been, oh, it's the UP government is promoting drugs. But because you guys were quiet about it, or were not calling anybody name when it, it was, that doesn't mean it didn't happen in your time. It was happening in your turn. But because you were promoting it, but this government is fighting it. So we want to say many thanks to the president. Let him save this country for the better, for the incoming generation. Well, thank you for the show. We look forward to being here tomorrow again to discuss what's going on in Nimba, because it's been on they call it Spoon TV a lot. I have not gotten the full story, but I will hopefully by tomorrow morning I'll be able to get the full story of what's going on.
Full story. You guys can hear my background.
Yeah,
you're audible.
See, once again, and my favorite superintendent name is just surfacing. I don't know what's going on. This is a lady that I respect, but well, I'll get a full story tomorrow. But maybe you will say something. I'll stop this thus far. You are muted.
I mean,
Every district according to them, they have this fund that they allot to every district for some type of engagement in a district, in a respective district. They said it started, I think, some time ago. They did it last year, and then they give it to them, and then they will decide to use it on whatever project they want to use it on. This year, they decided to use it on the district league. So they all went together. They agreed, and then the superintendent, per the local government act, they approved that, and then they dispersed that to all the lawmakers, with the exception of Honorable Koga. And then tonight, Senator Yan Twine also distanced himself from that. He said he never received it. But the other 9 lawmakers, nobody has said anything about it except Honorable Ability, who broke the news today. Honorability broke the news today, said that they all got $10,000, and for him, he instructed his office to use $5,000, and another $5,000 don't know what to do with it. But the major issue that people are having with it, including myself, is when the men got their money, they never told people that their respective district that this money was from the county development fund. Some of them started making contribution to their respective team in their own name. So, for example, our district lawmaker went and made a donation of $5,100 in his own name, as if he's the one that making the donation, and then with 40 bags of rice. Other lawmakers did the same thing too. So now people, when the $10,000 thing came up, now people say, "Well, what happened?" So we want to know if the money that was contributed by them was from the 10 grand, or is their own money that they used to make a contribution. So where the whole noise is coming from, the noise from you see on the street there, people talking about is why the $10,000 was not announced to Nimbayans, and also why lawmakers decided to make contributions in their own name. Some lawmakers have not even given a fraction of it. So that's where the noise is coming from. So tomorrow we'll discuss that. We're trying to see who can bring on the mobility here tomorrow. I called him today, we talked briefly, but we'll try to get him here tomorrow so he can clear the air for us.
Yeah, so that'll be a good one to bring him on.
Yeah,
well,
so we'll try to bring, because he broke the
you guys
news.
reach out to your superintendent too and see what she will do.
Yeah, with this, Jesus let it show.
The superintendent is noted for not taking our calls.
We have a blacklisted for the soup office. Yeah, but we'll bring Benita here tomorrow, hopefully, and so he can shed light on on what happened. But other than man, stay away from the.
But honorable Billy, he likes the media, so I'm sure he
No,
will
but
come.
the man broke the
He will
news.
on
The
the
man,
record.
is it the man goes on and go say it for before?
Yeah.
Yeah, before anything happens.
Sounds
So,
good.
but yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But tomorrow we'll try to get him on here.
Thank you, CEO, for being here. Thank you, Legend. Thank you, Sarah. And thank you to our followers. We're going to be here tomorrow for another brand new edition of the Guitar program. Have a pleasant good night from my end.
Thank you.
See you. Cordial
Yeah.
night
Okay. Good night.
from your end.
Oh, I got.